Prime 4 trailer, which is probably the shortest of the entire direct. They announced that Prime 4 is open world, or at the very least has an open world zone with a whole motorcycle and everything. How could you
Oh, boring.
possible? They announced that Prime 4 is open world, or at the very least has an open world zone with a whole motorcycle and everything. How could you possibly miss the point this badly? Do not understand Metroid at all. Breath of the Wild, I think, legitimately killed Nintendo. Subscribe if you want to see a video on that specifically. Breath of the Wild was just too successful, and rather than think, wow, that game was unique and innovative, and it sold well because it's high quality, instead they heard everything has to be an open world game now and want it to sell. Now, if you don't remember,
Not always.
Prime 4 was announced 8 years ago and had its entire development restarted. God, I hope they didn't have a good game and they restarted because they had to make it open world. I thought the whole point of making Metroid Prime 4 was to satisfy the old Metroid Prime fans, to give them something that they were never going to get otherwise. But no, corporate says you have to appeal to a wider audience. And you know what a wider audience loves? Open world. So we have to ruin every game with a tacked on, pointless open world. Now, I'm not the biggest Metroid Prime fan.
Right.
I like it, but I can't imagine Metroid Prime being your favorite game. Wait 8 years only to find out right before the game is supposed to release that it's been ruined by a boomer in a suit who has never played a video game before and does not understand the art form at all. And don't even say, oh, maybe it'll be fine, maybe it'll be great, it'll be the best open world ever, because it already ruined another game. The open world ruined the new Mario Kart. You cannot play that game. The online mode has been destroyed by a pointless, tacked-on open world. An open world nobody even uses, by the way, because it's completely empty except for stupid challenges nobody cares about.
He has a point.
Now, if you just want to race on a track,
he has a point.
3 laps around a circle.
And by the way, he didn't use any editing. Let's see, because he basically was just ranting. He was just showing the video clips, right, while talking over kind of like what I'm doing. I think all of you that prefer no editing, because thank Brian for saying that. I'll keep that in mind. So, because I want to screenshot all of those as a reminder, but it's fine. I'm keeping this in mind. So this is a good video that he did. He does have a point. Like, the thing is, it's kind of like, and hello, everyone. Honestly, I just noticed all these darn hearts. And Grand, Lauren, Greg, Daniel, Shelby, Amelia, welcome back. And hello, Lucas. I hope Richard is doing fine, and then the others haven't been here a while. And Emma, I know that I haven't heard back from her yet. And Haley, right? I know I'm missing a few others. So basically, what he's describing so far, right, is that Nintendo thinks that in order for us to be satisfied, we got to have open world games. No. If that's the case, why did Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door did so well? Why did the Smash Brothers series or Smash Ultimate did so well? I still play. It's a fighting game. It's not repetitive. I mean, well, it's supposed to be, but at the same time, each match is different. You know, each match is not the same. Unless you set up a certain mode that may be the same, but it's not. He's basically renting here that the Mario Kart Road. I'm kind of glad he said this, because I got jealous when people bought that game, because I grew up with Mario Kart, right? Especially since where I live, people like to race up. Well, kinda, but we got like crazy drivers sometimes. He's basically saying that the game sucks so damn bad, right? That the open world, it has no life in it. I think it's kind of neat. But after what he's saying, though, it makes me, oh my, I gotta get ideas here. Hold on.
Well, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be great. It'll be the best open world open world nobody even uses, by the way, because it's completely empty except for stupid challenges nobody cares about. No, now if you just want to race on a track, 3 laps around a circle,
Right.
well designed, made for racing, you can't do that anymore. Instead, you're forced to race on a straight line with nothing interesting, nothing.
He has a point. He kind of has a point here.
Design made for racing, you can't do that anymore. Instead, you're forced to race on a straight line with nothing interesting, nothing cool, no obstacles, just a straight line. You're driving through traffic and you have to. They make you because people found an exploit so that they only had to race on the tracks. The fun part of the game, and Nintendo patched it out. You want to talk about someone hating their customers? They found out the consumer was having fun in a way they did not intend. Well, we can't have that. The open world, the wider audience, you have to love the open world. But you want to race on the tracks? Well, too bad. We're patching it out. Now in the online mode, the main way to play the game, to just race, you are forced to play on these pointless straight line tracks. And you get no option, none. You will eat the slop whether you like it or not. Honestly, I'm just waiting. Maybe a month, 2 months from now, they're going to sell a DLC that lets you play online on the tracks. I know exactly how they're going to sell it, too. They're going to be like, here's the DLC with 10 new tracks. And when you play online, you can select a mode where if you own the DLC, you only race on the DLC tracks. And of course, the DLC won't include any of those straight line intermission tracks, and people will buy it anyway, no matter how blatantly anti-consumer it is. A lot of people blame Nintendo's transformation into EA on Doug Bowser, because Doug Bowser is the president of Nintendo of America.
So that's who he is? I'm thinking, like, who the heck? Is that his name? Doug Bowser? I know it's Bowser, but growing up, I always pronounced it Bowser. It sounds weird saying Bowser. I got an ad. Sorry.
And he was an EA executive for 8 years, so it makes sense. But I think Nintendo's downfall has been going on a lot longer than that. It all began with the death of Iwata. As soon as
I miss him so much. He had to mention Iwata. By that music that he's adding makes it more emotional. It's a good video. I know, like, I think a lot of you that don't mind if I add music or not, the music is really fitting for this. He had to add Iwata. I made a video of that. Dumbo, you remember that video, don't you? I forgot how he died. I don't want to remember. This is Iwata, right?
Nintendo's transformation into EA on Doug Bowser, because Doug Bowser is the president of Nintendo of America, and he was an EA executive for 8 years. So it makes sense. But I think Nintendo's downfall has been going on a lot longer than that. It all began with the death of Iwata. As soon as Iwata, a person who worked on games, programmed games, played games, loved games, died and was replaced by a soulless automaton.
I miss him. Anyway, excuse me. You know what? He has a point.
A person who worked on games, programmed games, played games, loved games, died and was replaced by a soulless automaton in a business suit. Nintendo began focusing entirely on profit at the expense of everyone else, which plenty of people will say, well, it's a business. That's what businesses are supposed to do. But most businesses care about their image. Their image is important. People won't buy things from you if they want you to die. Well, Nintendo doesn't have to.
So I forgot how he died, but let's just say he is like the most lovable worker besides Miyamoto himself and Sakurai and Reggie. I'm mistaken for your name, Vic. Reggie, right? The guy with the carrot pop-up picture. in Nintendo. I grew up with okay, for my Nintendo fans out there, you remember E3? I need to add this with his video here. Oh my goodness. If you remember E3, give me a gaming emoji or the alien invader emoji if you can find one. Let me just explain for ones that do not know. So E3 was this like if you're a Nintendo gamer, well, not this Nintendo, Sony, whatever. If you're a gamer, period, it is the most important event that any gamer could ever experience. I never went there, but the thing is, I would watch it on the TV. And I remember back when I was, damn, let's see, you were 12. Yeah, I was 12 years old, right? The internet barely was existent at the time, as in Insta-ill, fake book. Well, no, fake book's been around. Um, YouTube was quite the toddler at the time. Um, I think it was wait, no, it wasn't the first. It wasn't Galaxy or two. I think it was two. I don't remember. It's one of them. I remembered I would stay up late at night, right? I would not sleep. I would like I want to get it. I want to get it. I want to get it. Right? I would get so carried away. I think it was the first one. It was either 2007, if I remembered, or 2006. So it must be 11. And my mother's at work, and I think this was the summertime, and my brothers were babysitting me, right? Obviously. I would jump down on the couch just for that game to get released. I think it was that, or it's either that, or it's either Galaxy or two, right? And I would get so carried away when I see the trailer. This is a long time ago. Nintendo, so a handful of you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Nintendo had quite the life back then. Because I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I got to watch this. I gotta watch this. You know? Especially since I grew up with G4. If any of you remember G4, give me the number 4. Okay. Um. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I feel old just bringing that word up. I need to add this. Like, thank you, Lord Frogmire, for sharing this. I'm glad this went viral. I hope this will go viral for me because I have a lot to add what he's adding in here. These are people that worked in these gaming companies, right? And they would have like random guests or whatever to basically would show off the games that they play, right? And again, this is when social media wasn't big of a thing. You know, this is why I'm glad I'm American because other countries probably didn't have this experience. But as an Arizona that grew up, oh, Amelia, you watched it? You're kidding me. That's awesome. Michael, you never heard of it? I guess they didn't have it in Russia. And Amber, I would love to have a hug. I don't mind. Honestly. And Grant, yeah, he passed away a long time ago. Dion, let's see. It was like, yeah, I think after the Switch, Dion, it has to be. After when the Switch came out, he passed away. I forgot how though. He wasn't even that old either. I think maybe around my mother's age. So, um, yeah, it was tragic. G4, they would basically they're around for many years, right? Because I would watch that. I will watch Spike TV. It's basically the TV channel for boys. You know, Silent Library, A Dozen Ways to Die, Weepo games. I love watching that. You know, things that men like to watch, right? The early 20 teens was a weird era. It actually makes sense. It sucks I didn't document all of this when I was younger. It sucks I didn't. And um I would watch all the time because that's where I would get my news in games. I would get on the internet, but it was a different time back then. I like to see it on the TV, right? And then of course on E3 because well, I don't have money or have the extroversion to go out there, right? So I would watch those two, and it was like one of my best periods, pun intended, of being a gamer. So a half of you how watched Sorry you watched D4 Connor? That's awesome. So you know what I'm talking about then. That's awesome. And Greg, that's so cool that you know about E3. It just sucks. Like it's awesome we got the direct. It is. It's just what I miss because COVID ruined everything, right? We don't have that anymore. Who cares if it's the year 2030? We can still have that. I like how when I'm at home, right? I'll stop what I'm doing, get a little bit of jealousy in a healthy way. That I would see these people that are at this conference, to basically show off these games that Miyamoto, Sakurai, Reggie himself basically have shared, right? We don't have that. And it just it feels a little weird because you're okay, like it's so awesome we got the direct. It is. It's just I don't know how to explain it. I think E3 was only for one day, right? I haven't watched E3 in years. I just remember I would go online, go on YouTube when they had the game trailers. I remember when Mob Pretty 8 first came out. Oh my goodness. Again, it's I don't know what to call it. I want to invent a new word. Okay. Um Mob Parade is a fun game. Even though as I got older, it's not as fun as it looks. Also, well, I was 12, right? Or 11 going on 12. I just remember seeing like the cool logo, whatever, game trailers, and then you'll see people that are playing at that conference. It just, I miss that because I don't know. It's hard to explain it. It makes you more desperate to get a game, right? Which we sadly don't experience anymore like we used to. And it makes me wonder, is gaming dying? And the reason why I'm saying this, okay, like I don't know, I'm thinking about like police or whatever on this. Like imagine like if you want to be I wish Yada's here right now so I could share her with this. Like imagine you be a police officer, a firefighter, whatever. A difficult job, right? Video games are not just games. They basically help you focus to keep your brain fresh. Right? And I wanted to share this as someone that used to play Smash Brothers all the time. Just call me a nut job for this, but I have faster movements as I got older. Like I'm more street smart, I'm more alert for some reason. I guess you could say I may be schizophrenic. That's not a bad thing always. Still awful people that are schizophrenic. I don't know if I am though. I may be. Okay. Um, I see life as a video game sometimes. I guess that might be Pinocchio syndrome. It's when like if you've seen your life as a movie, but I like to call it gaming Pinocchio syndrome. You basically see life as a game, right? Like how some people believe that we live in a stimulation, kind of like that, right? And I don't know, it's kind of like that. Hell, even with animes, right? It's just like me having certain mannerisms and doing the Rasengan one because of Naruto, right? Because yes, when you basically do have your hands back like this, it does help you run. I know I tried. Trust me, I love Naruto. I do. So, um, they're not just all for nerds. No, they could be good for basically sportsmen as well. You know, because you would have the stamina, and then you'd be aware of your surroundings. I mean, heck, like honestly, you know how you play on the controller, right? You know what you're doing with the buttons and whatnot, right? The Z button was stuck. It's something like that. People think it's just games. It's more than that, though. It basically it's like spiritually in a virtual sense. It basically helps your brain stay healthy, and it bugs the heck out of me when people saying, "Oh, games are for kids." Well, who's inventing these games then? Same way for people saying, "Oh, Blue's Clues." Okay, Blue's Clues is not a good example. Um, yeah, let's see. What's a good example? No, The Simpsons are for whatever. Who's inventing those? Honestly, literally. Hell, look at Bluey for example. You'd be surprised how many adults I watched it, right? And it basically helps parents to become better parents compared to stupid Coco Melon because kids' cartoons have gotten so bad now. Kinda. I think after it died, it's probably I think it's Paw Patrol after it died. Because I grew up with that, because when I was nieces, they were really little at the time. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, right? Just to name a couple. It seems that they want I guess it seems like the Wally whatever reality it is. Because we want to basically have fast consumerism. We want to get things done, 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 done. But the thing is, though, it takes time. Now, for some stuff, it does take faster, though. You just don't eat a frozen TV dinner. It doesn't taste good. You microwave it, right? You have to microwave it. No, there's some stuff that you can eat like a muffin by itself. Absolutely. You want to get it fast, but it depends though. For children related though, you want to microwave it. For us adults, we get a muffin to go, right? But children though, they might want something hot. Hot pockets or Pop Tarts. You want, especially if you're out in the cold winter, right? You want to basically have something hot so that you can go for that you would have the energy to basically study. I don't get this. I don't. You know? I hope I'm making sense. What I'm trying to say is, this is like the reverse minimalism. This is not good minimalism. We basically are lacking creativity. They are supposed to be good minimalism, but this is the opposite of it, right? This is damn. What I just said just now, you forgot. You did. Over. Damn it! I forgot I just said this now. I call it negative minimalism. I don't remember the name of it. That's why I've noticed, like, like some of these YouTubers, they would do those. At the prank channels, for example, they would use those. I don't like it. I know you're supposed to have an audience, but don't be surprised that they're not going to be able to know what's 2 plus 5. 7? Oh, it is. What's 3 times 9? 18? No, it's 27. Those kids are not going to know about that stuff, right? Growing up for me, though, we just have laid back less players that basically want to play the game. People think that's boring. Well, don't watch it then. And people wonder why, yeah, I may be childish, but at least I have a good attention span. And I have AUDHD. Yes, I get distracted. However, though, I can hear what's going on in the background because you know what? I don't need something that's over consuming me. That's why for like these Nintendo companies or whatever, I'm thinking, why do we have to pay so much for this? Why? It's like the latest iPhone. I'm surprised we have an iPhone 17. I thought we got an iPhone 13. I don't know. I don't like iPhones. I don't know how many Samsung phones there are. And I'm using a 4. It still works. Okay, yes, it's an old phone. I don't care. Why doesn't it be like this Edit and Eddie episode when the rest of the kids they kind of make fun of the ads? That's because they're behind of a trend. So, do I care? No. Like, no offense to people that like broccoli or whatever. That looks kind of dorky. You want to be a sheep? Go ahead. I don't want to be around you if you want to act like a dork. If people are thinking, oh, dear, why you like people that dress like in jeans and the 90s because it's cool? In my opinion, what you want to be like a dork like everyone else? You want to be like a copycat? Literally, that's dull. It's depressing. It's the same way if I'm basically in solitary confinement. Yeah, people want to know why they go a little bit nutty. Well, maybe that's why in some other countries they do so mentally. Because you know what? Unless they basically murder someone or they rape someone, they should be in solitary confinement for a short period, but still be in prison. Because you know what? If they get out and then their mental health gets bad, they might burn something down, and they're not gonna get the medication for it. Look what's going on in Nepal right now. Because yeah, we don't care about helping people that are living in below in poverty and basically taking care of their health. Yeah, and people wonder why they got a new prime minister, which they deserved. It's like that. Like imagine like I'm just this box. There's nothing. It's gonna get repetitive. It is gonna get fucking repetitive. And I'm gonna go mentally sane. It's like how when I was taken to that mental facility, right? I want to talk about it. And then like how they went and turned the lights off. I'm thinking, how am I gonna get my sleep? How? Because yes, in a spiritual yet mental sense, it's gonna consume me. Golly. Oh my gosh. I want to be like in a different room than everyone else. I want to feel safe and sheltered, damn it. I can't wait. If I get a celebrity, I want to get a hug from an officer. I don't know why. I want to. I know us Americans we're not allowed to do that. Well, certain Americans, it's whatever. So I had to share that. But I just had to say it's like this. It's like as though that some things are minimalistic. It's good. Like for me personally, I don't like this my room, right? You know, there's nothing in here. You see why I got my t-shirts up and whatnot? Because I like to have art in here. If I don't, I'm gonna go mentally depressed, not sane, insane. Pardon me. I will go clinically depressed. I feel like I'm in a Norwegian prison. Yes, it may be lovely and all, but after a while, it's going to take a toll on my health. You know, I like that freedom. If that makes sense. Kind of like how for Nintendo though, when they had to basically, oh, you know what, you got to pay in order to get these cards. Why though? Why though? DLC is not good. I remember how I would work to earn. Okay, let me explain. When I used to play Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii, it feels so good just to get that you know, that new character approach. I'm thinking like, damn, you earned this. If you could basically defeat, I'm trying to think of a character that I can unlock. Snake, right, with the nice ass. I unlocked him because I worked my fingers off the same way that I walked a snake on my way 3 miles to Dollar Tree because it feels good. Okay, in the Buddhist perspective, right? Suffer is pleasure. It's kind of true though. It kind of is true. I don't know how to explain it. Like, if there was like a boy that I like that does my fetishes or whatever, like I gotta maybe risk getting my heart broken or whatever because he's so hot. Wesley, for example, right? And it feels good because it's like that. It's called, I forgot the name, not cortisol. You got that hormone in your body, right, on your brain that would send the signals down to your heart that yep, you're because he's hot, right? Because you've been calling, you're cooperating with him or whatever, and then you get to masturbate to your stomach. I don't know, right? It feels good because it's effort, right? Of course, you need to work everything just to suffer though. Like for me personally, I think that's why when I see hard work, it means I'll get more views off this video. But the thing is though, since I only have this crummy MacBook, I can only do what I can only basically accept what I have. So it's like that. It actually makes sense, right? And by the way, I don't know why, but when I get tired, maybe that's why I miss my apartment 260 so damn much. I miss when I go for walks. I'm tired, and when I get home, I get to sleep. Well, even though I'm clinically depressed, but it feels good getting back home. I'm exhausted. I want to lay down in my bed. It felt good laying down on my bed. I don't know why it does. Yeah, I mean, I wish well, at least I've got a bigger bed now. I want to move back. I want to move back. I'm desperate. Okay, I like getting like I felt good. You know, it's like if you have sex, but since I'm a spade, that's different, right? You have sex with someone. If it's good, you know. Yeah, you maybe yeah. Well, yeah, you're supposed to sweat, and then you know you may feel a little pain, right? Again, for people that like sex, I don't know how you do it, but it's like that, right? You like it feels good, you know? Like you're suffering, but consensually. And you get that pleasure in the end. That's basically what I like about these older Nintendo games. Yeah, I worked my hours off playing those games, right? Mentally, because you know what? I gotta make sure I do this right so I don't let this character. I gotta think. I gotta think, right? Hell, maybe sometimes when I stare at the wall, I feel like I can control the weather. I do that. I can't control the weather, but I'm not sure if like when you're at the bathroom, you stare at the wall so much that it turns yellow. You know, I do that. I don't know why. It's weird. Especially when I was younger, right? It's like that. I always wonder if it's possible us human beings could control the weather. I don't know. I'm weird. Okay. Not to mention when I go for walks a lot. It just feels so good because I worked and people thinking you're lazy. No, I used to walk 6 to 9 nice miles on a daily basis. I did because I like to walk. I wanted to do something. It's like the episode from The Simpsons when the family they moved to another neighborhood. In March, she's depressed because you know there's something for me to clean. She wants to do something. That's why hell look at Japan. There are people, old people, they don't want to retire. They enjoy their jobs. Even though they gotta work to survive though. But at the same time, at least for some of them, they like their jobs. They don't want it to retire. No, you know. That's why I'm thinking like some YouTubers today. Yeah, you may have all those crazy editing, but you look fucking lazy. Like compared to this guy, it's awesome. This him showing some images of the games and ranting his mind. I love that. Okay, that's the YouTube that I grew up in. But now it's like, hey guys, today we're gonna knock on someone's door and basically break it down for $200 because Mr. B said so. You know, crazy sound effects. Stand there. Like, I rather get brain cancer than watching that if I have to. You know, it's like that. Literally. Literally. So I love all these comments. So Connor Runsley is a Brazilian guy that I like, that I crush on, that I used to talk to on Instagram. He was 18 when I first met him, right? Like a few years ago, whatever. Well, technically going on 19. He's like 23 now, but I haven't heard back from him ever since. Um, let's just say I found him attractive, and I even wanted to speak Portuguese. Like, let's just say, speaking of suffering, even though it's not suffering, if I had to go on my way to speak another language just to touch another guy's heart, then I will. Because you know what? I want to put effort. It's like if you're in a relationship, you want to put effort in it. It's like, okay, sorry, Connor. And when you just asked me that sound has me another idea. It's like think about us gamers. Okay, we are the children. Nintendo is the father. The father is lazing his ass off, saying, "Hey, you know what? You got to pay this rent." Like, Daddy, I'm working on a nightly basis here. Okay, at McDonald's, I'm basically only being paid $8 an hour. You know, I'm doing the best I can. And then the dad says, "Well, if you basically don't get enough money, then you're gonna get kicked out." How? Like, what do we do, or what did I do? And then when he kicks you out, you just don't care anymore. And let's just say that the child is the customer. We're the customers, right? And then for us, basically struggling financially, it just makes us lose our trust for our father, right? And then the father wonders why he's getting less love. And then next you know, he's gonna die alone. Or he's gonna die early. Because you know what? He's not getting the love as he is. And then he'll probably be forgotten. That doesn't sound pleasant. It's like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm going so deep here. I have something to share as well that's similar to this. I would love to hear it, Dumbbell. Yeah, I don't blame you, especially what you've been telling me about the dumb employees they had to put up with, Dumbbell. Yeah, I forgot the name of the episode, Dumbbell. I'm sorry, honestly. And I want to go home and lay on my bed, just feel cozy with my blanket, and I'll play those games for hours when I was younger too. I agree with you both, sorry, Mason. And they do, Dion, absolutely agree with you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, do I sound like an activist, Carter? I'm sorry. I think because after Charlie Kirk died, even though I've heard some awful stuff that he did, doesn't mean that he deserved to get fucking murdered. I heard that something about his 10-year-old daughter that was messed up, if that was true, that he wouldn't care if she got raped. I don't know if that's true though. You know, it's messed up if it is. It doesn't mean that he should get assassinated. No. Like he could get investigated for that, but murdered? Absolutely not. That's way too barbaric. We're not in the we're not in the 200 BCs anymore. That's long gone. When basically men have sex with boys. Come on now. That's long. Well, little boys, pardon me. That's long gone. So, in a way, it's my pleasure, story. Honestly, I need to screenshot that. You sound like an activist. Um, what's IR? I'm sorry, Connor. Motivative speaker. Did you take Connor? I did not. However, though, maybe this has to do with it. I did had 100% in my public speaking class in high school. When I did I'm sure all of you know who Nelson Mandela is, right? I told them about this. I was the only student in that whole class that had a perfect score. The lowest is probably like a B plus. It was a strict school, by the way. I was the only one that had a perfect score on it. I thought like my teachers, they did seem like but they gave me a perfect score. I was the only one that 100%. A lot of them they're probably like 91, 93%. So it's supposed to be about during their apartheid, right? And that's how I believe the Mandela effect. I think we do live in the Mandela effect. Like I don't know how to explain it. After watching a sponsored Scriptus episode, I don't know. If I basically talk about crimes and such, I don't know. You know, it kind of like those boys I met. They look different than my memory. That's what a Mandela effect is. It's like if you're basically living in an alternate universe at the same time you're not because you see things differently. Like I thinking that Wesley is Brazilian. He's not Brazilian, but my mind, at the end, he is. I guess it's like deja vu, which I thinking like for me, there's a name for it when you enter when you leave to another room and then you forget something. There's probably like some aura somewhere. I don't know, right? That makes us brain having amnesia. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're going to like another. I think that's why, like for me personally, I get depressed when I sleep in a certain spot in the house. If I sleep at my brother's bed or my mother's bed, I would feel a bit drained. But in here, even though I'm still depressed, I'm not as depressed, right? I guess it's like deja vu, kinda. You know, I'm sorry. I have way too much free time. I do. And oh, I did. Well, hey, Bronny, I'm sorry. And yeah, that's correct. Amber Mandela effect. Yes. Basically, okay. If you remember the Barons, okay. So you know they're called the Berenstein Bears. Their names is pronounced differently, right? And then kind of like how like Dumbo, he bung up when you say caramel. Okay, some of you say caramel, right? I say caramel. I think that's like a little Mandela effect because you pronounce it differently than I do, right? Or like if people that are British, I'm thinking, why they spell the word color with a U? It's supposed to be without a U. That's weird. Not in a bad way. We spell color COLOR, not COLOUR. That sounds weird. You know, I don't know. I was watching that video from someone that talked about the sponsor episode when sponsor met his opposite self. It's kind of like that also for Amelia. For her to say that there was a man that looked like me, that's like the Mandela effect. Like let's just say in the Brazilian version of me, I may be straight and a foot taller, foot plus taller, right? Wherever height he was. And um but in the Arizona version, I'm really short, the asexual yet maybe homoromantic part, right? Something like that. You know, I think the Mandela effect does exist. It's hard to explain it. It just is, you know. Oh wait, no, I remember. Yeah, that's right. In that sponsor episode, let's just say that if I'm at a grocery store, kind of like how you, like for Mia, for example, when she basically has to order McDonald's, right? She's having a Mandela effect on the person that she talks to, right? I have a Mandela effect of how I got mistreated by Vietnamese men. Well, they didn't mistreat me. They probably didn't like me because I'm black, maybe. I don't know. But if they meet like another Asian or maybe they made a Korean, they may be okay with, like Mia, for example. It's like as though we're living in alternate universes, but we're not because I know this is weird. I'm making this stuff up just because I want to sound smart, I guess. It's like how the way that you treat people on your memory that's blurry, that's like your experience. Like for me, you don't get that experience that I get falsely accused or whatever it is. You know, that's like the Mandela effect, I think, right? Like you think it doesn't happen to you, but it happens to someone else. I can't explain it. You know, maybe like for me, I'm doing the Mandela effect when I'm speaking Paul's language. Also, I hope Jonah's okay because he hasn't been on here. That's what the Mandela effect is. Maybe because I'm causing it, you know, because since I'm speaking his language, I don't know. But if I wasn't speaking his language or mention up anything about Indonesia, he wouldn't be here. You know, but I'm just basically concentrating on the moment. It actually makes sense. You know, that's what I mean. I'm not smart, hon. I'm not. I'm emotionally smart. It actually makes sense. Oh, Jonas is she? Thank you so much for see them. There's an Mandela effect. I thought Jonas a guy. I don't know why. I do not know why. You know? Yeah, the embarrassing Bears blind. Yes, a southern and northern thing. Yeah, Dumbo. That's what I think. Yeah, it's a large group of people that share a false memory. Exactly, Ronnie. Exactly. Which makes our world a really interesting place. It actually makes sense. Like how, like the Mandela effect, people thinking that Donald Trump, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like him, no, but I don't, well, he's not a rapist, he's a freak. I don't know. I don't know because I don't like politics that much. And you play those games for hours for younger too, Mason. So me, you both. I like how you do the little prayer emoji, sorry. Thank you, Dean. All capitalized. Exactly, Dean, by Greg. I like how four of you have everything capitalized. And I don't get why they charge so much for games these days. Yeah, I do not know why, Amber. They're just it's great. It is really great. Like there are games with violence are 18 plus. Absolutely, Mason. Absolutely. And games keep your mind stimulated and you learn from it. Yeah, TV does nothing. And to an extent, Bonnie, it depends. And the same people who say games are for kids are those who sit on their ass watching TV all day. Yeah, pretty much. At least games keep you occupied. That is true, absolutely. And games these days are way better than they used to be. But a lot of bigger, that's true, Bonnie. You got a point. A lot of bigger companies like innovation in their games. They don't really care about microtransactions. Yeah, it's mainly just the AAA studios. Right, that makes perfect sense. So basically, to share what Barney says, it's like I like to call it the yin yang effect. Okay, so games are getting better, the same way that technology is getting better, but it's making us lazy. Back then, when I was younger, yeah, technology may be a little bit more difficult. However, though, it made me a little bit more smarter. So let me explain. Like how you got the latest phones or whatever. I don't know why people use those phones. I like my old one. People thinking like, how do you use that phone? Easy, really easy, because I've been using that since I was that brand since I was 19. So I know how to use it. It's the same way if you had to operate like an old machine. People that are on the boomer era or whatever, they know how to use it. But for people in our generation, they don't. It's like, okay, it's like the Futurama episode when the characters Fry, Bender, etc. They don't know what the wheel is. But at Fry, though, he knows because he was born in our era. Well, okay, some of you are probably not born yet, but it was, well, I know Dumbo isn't, right? He basically is inventing the wheel. That's like the Mandela effect, except that it's an oval, right? It actually makes sense, you know, which is really funny. It's like that generation to generation to generation, you know. Well, thank you, Ronnie. You're a sweetheart for that. Unless you're saying that to someone else. You hate EA, Mason? I know you and Dumbo don't. Why do you both don't like EA? Tell me. I'm curious. Yeah, you made that episode story. It's supposed to be the Valentine's one when basically the professor he was sleeping with mom, right? Just so that the robots won't kill the humans. Is the Valentine episode, right? It's kind of like that. And the reason why I love Futurama is because some of this stuff is kind of reality. Like for me personally, call me nuts. If any of you agree with me, you don't have to. Give me an alien emoji. I think parallel universes do exist. We don't know. Well, we won't be able to experience those because they're playing a black hole. Let me explain. Black holes do exist, right? However, though, they probably are another universe. It doesn't mean that all of life, okay, all of life in this universe will be gone, but the other one isn't. And it's an infinite loop, right? You know how life repeats itself. Again, I'm a phoenix, right? We're born and raised, to another day, right? I believe that, like, I kind of believe reincarnation or whatever. I may be born. I don't know what my next life would be. I hope it'd be a little person and I get to see some sexy tall guys, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Right? And that's what makes life interesting. It doesn't mean all of this is correct. No. Even though dreams, though, they can be kind of correct, even though they're not, because of the dreams I had, they kind of predict some stuff. You know? It's not accurate. It's not supposed to be accurate. We're not supposed to know everything. It's like Saitama from One Punch Man. When he basically fights everything, he's gonna get bored. He doesn't know what life is gonna come up next. He's not gonna get. If we know everything, we're not gonna get any ideas. I don't want to know everything. First, that would make me suicidal. That's one thing. Second, I'm not gonna have any drive. And thirdly, I want other people's ideas. If I know everything, how am I gonna know other people's ideas? How? How? It doesn't make any damn sense. That's why we got all this fan art, whatever, that Nintendo people do. I can't explain it. You know, like how Mama Peach basically gave birth with Bowser. It could happen. I don't know how though. Maybe that's why Bowser Jr. could talk. I don't know. You notice how Bowser's the only one that basically talks? The other Koopas don't? You see a little pattern? You know, something like that. Toadette, though, well, she's only females because she can reproduce. She's asexual, FYI, and yes, we can give birth. I like people thinking that, oh, you're asexual, you can have sex. Yes, we can. We just are not interested. Sponsor can have sex. Does he want it? No. If that was the case, why do I have this down here? You know? Same thing for women. Why do they have, if they're asexual, why do they have breast? Honestly. You know, it's not that complicated. Okay, I got speech block. I forgot what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. This video, see, I'm telling everyone, when I see videos like this, it gives me ideas. I do this a lot. So, let's see. Reggie, Grant, Lucas, Sorry, Amber, Lauren, Paul. Wow, a handful of you believe parallel universes exist, really. And also, speaking of that, the feature one episode, The Paradox, one of my favorite episodes, who knows? We may have I'm thinking there's a universe out there that we're basically different race. You understand why that we're mixed? Hell, Amelia, for example, she's living in a different universe in the same planet as we are. From me, there's a man out there that looks like me that she mentioned that is Brazilian. It's so creepy. Yes, they're called doppelgangers. But though, there's more to that, in my opinion. It's just that they look like us but different. You know, like doppelgangers, they're supposed to be twins. Think about conjoined twins, right? There's conjoined twins when you basically share the same body, which I can imagine how that's like. And then we got the other, I forgot the other term, when you basically have a twin. And then I like to say the racial twin. Think about that episode from The Simpsons when Bart met his doppelganger, but he has a different accent, right? That actually makes sense. That man, whoever he is that Amelia have seen, looks like me, but much taller and that has a Brazilian accent. You know, when I used that Badoo app, it was so uncanny because why do these people look like me? I'm not kidding. You have to believe me. There was literally over a dozen boys, like 30 of them. That's not supposed to be possible, but I guess it is. Again, I'm mixed. Yes, Brazilians are mixed too, though. But the thing is, though, it's not common to have that many doppelgangers. Unless you're Japanese, you're Nigerian, they look alike because they're homogeneous. The thing is, though, Brazil is diverse. Brazilians are not the same. Brazil, Malaysia, for example, they're so diverse. South Africans are diverse. They got white South Africans. It's so interesting. There's literally a lot of boys that look like me. It's so weird. You know, I'm thinking like, what is going on? Is that why I like Brazil so much? I don't know. You know, it's so interesting. And you know what I'm saying? You know what's really interesting with my crush? I looked up on one of the subreddits, the 18 plus, right? One of the Brazilian boys that like to show their, you know what, their belly look almost like Wesley's, for example. I'm thinking like, this is kind of creepy because he looks like him, but it's not though. You know, I never seen Wesley nude. I wish I did because he's really attractive. But excuse me, it's like that. It actually makes sense. I don't know. Like they say, we do share the same DNA. 99% as scientists, I forgot who, I think I got that from that channel, Dottie 2. I used to watch him though. We do share the same DNA. It's just that 1% it breaks it down, right? Because we're human, right? Think about animals. You see how they later, depending on the environment, they basically adapted and their DNA would change? I don't know. That's how life works. Doesn't mean that we're all African. No. Our DNA began in Africa. Doesn't mean that all of us are from there. No. No, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. If that was the case, look at dogs. How do we have Siberian Huskies? Siberia. How do we got Chihuahuas? Mexico. That's why Chihuahuas are so common out here, right where I live. You'd be surprised. The Queen's dog. That's in England. It's like countries are like mini universes, but in the same planet, right? I don't know. I'm overthinking it because I like space science. Okay, so that's why I believe in this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting to think about it. It actually makes sense. Dumbo, possibly. You could be black and autistic. Absolutely. You know? We don't know, and it's best not to know. As Elsa would say, into the unknown. I can't sing the song, right? United Space Science to Amber, that's also not you though. And yep, Connor, I know that for a fact. Yep, he's ace because Steven Hilbert blessed that man and dear Neptune. He confirmed it. Yeah, I know it is weird. And also, Grant, there's supposed to be like a Q accent mark over the A, like the German letter, right? I looked it up. It's an accent mark. I meant it. That is so crazy. See, Amelia, she's being honest. So he looked exactly all capitalized, liked me. So imagine me, but a foot taller and a beard. That looks odd. Okay, without the beanie. I don't know how. Well, I can't imagine someone in Brazil that looks like me. Oh, that's weird. In an awesome way, though. Oh gosh, swear I can't imagine. I can't. I can't. I can't at all. Actually, I want to tell you this. So I hope he's doing okay. Dumbo, you know Darren, right? That angry Asian I told you about, he looks like him. Almost exactly like him, except he's younger. He swears more. He basically talks about politics and he's Korean. He looks like Darren. Except that he's shorter than him. It's kind of creepy. You know? He looks like Darren. Like when I hear his words, I'm thinking that like damn, that has to be Darren. That has to be Darren. You know? It's not Darren, but he looks like him because he wears glasses. He's chubby. Hold on. Let me get this out very quick. Because I did FaceTime Darren once. This is his face, right? That's his little intro. He almost looks like Darren. It's so creepy. Because yes, I FaceTimed him. And you can even hear his voice. First and foremost, before I say anything, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was not somebody that I loved or liked. Matter of fact, he's probably somebody that I disagreed with on almost every. Me too. I wonder where he is. So far to say that I hated Charlie Kirk or heavily disliked him, at least. Yet despite all that, he did not deserve to die the way that he did. Those of you who don't know who or what I'm talking about. But his voice sounds similar, right? But Charlie Kirk is a popular conservative commentator. He's 17, by the way. Darren, he's 19, I believe. So yeah, Darren looks like him, kinda. You heard his voice when I would talk to him on the phone. Yeah, that's his voice. So yes, it's also that I'm not the only one that thinks parallel universes exist. So he was tall and had a beard and had so he had muscle. Wow, he sounds yet again because he looks like me. It sounds weird because I want to be attracted to someone that looks like me. That's kind of weird. Like I wondered, like, damn, how would it work? Yeah, it's hard to say this. So let's just say, like in a gay community, this is kind of creepy. People don't know about this. I've seen this online a lot. A lot of gay people, they do kind of date doppelgangers. I do not know why. Nothing wrong with that. Because what I see on porn or whatever, gay porn, They look like each other, which is really weird. I do not know why, but it's kind of. I think I want to confirm it that some gay people they do date doppelgangers. They do date someone that looks like them. Not always, but it's possible. I'm not talking about the homogeneous countries. I'm talking about diverse countries, though. This does happen. They look like each other, which makes it even more fascinating and kind of proves my point here. And Lucas, yes, Darren does sound almost like him, kind of. Connor, are you serious? How's that like? Oh my god, you mess want to look like you? How's that like? And Reggie, that's angry Asian. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. I love how he swears. He basically runs on different topics. He's a great guy. He is. You know, he did something bad. Well, don't worry, he didn't shut up at school or anything. He just like verbally said it, but yeah, he's a teen. What do you expect? A few years ago, back in high school, my friend told me that I have a doppelganger in my school. However, I couldn't find my doppelganger. Right. Yeah, that is strange story. Yeah, it's really, really strange. And you see gay people look like each other, Mason. See? Yeah, it is true though. It is really true. And let me see the vote. 35. Okay. So the least of you voted for the graphics. So you that's awesome. So all of you don't really care about that. The amiibos, yeah, that's a problem. And then of course the game cost. Absolutely. I'll keep those in mind. And he had more muscles than me. Really, Connor? That's interesting. And he was shorter. That is really interesting. I guess I like to call it the mime effect. The mime effect. You know, like when you look at a mirror, you're basically like you're talking to each other. You're kind of like looking down at each other, saying like, "Hey, you look like me, right?" But you're not the same person. You know, that's the mime effect. I made it up, by the way. It's kind of like the episode from Flamingo when Stewie he dresses as Hitler, and then he met Hitler, right? That's what it is. That's the mime effect. Holy crap, Con, you're gigantic. You're 6'5"? We got another 6-footer on here. Holy crap, you're a giant. Wow, because 5'9", that's really tall compared to me. So he's 5'9". That must be something. Connor, I call you Copper. You're huge. 6'5". Oh my goodness. And you know what's so funny, Connor? You're not the tallest. You're not the tallest on here. Holy Buddha, you're huge. You made the episode, Lucas? Yeah, I love the episode. I wish Zelda could get here so I could tell her about it because she's Jewish. So it's like that. Yeah, it's like that because Stewie he's a baby, right? Even though technically he doesn't act like it. It's weird because he's a baby, but you still see him as an adult. It's weird. Because Hitler he's an adult. It's like that. I want to keep it a secret, card. I'm really short. I'm well below 5'6". I think no wait, Dumbo is not the shortest guy out of all of you. That's Paul. You and Paul have a huge age height gap. Oh yeah, Dumbo. I'm sorry. I'm gonna finish this video up. You could listen to some music. But yeah, it's almost done. I got 5 minutes left. It's a good video, by the way. Because I know we got an hour and a half left. I doesn't want to be too loud. Yep, Paul is 4'10". That's insane. You're 6'5"? Golly. Yep, you're a short guy like me, Paul. It's so weird because you're tiny compared to Dumbo, and Dumbo's short. Isn't that interesting? Dumbo's almost a foot taller than you. Yeah, he's short himself. He's not crazy short, but he's short. Because 6 foot, that's tall, right? Because that's the standard over the average height. Oh, Barney, you didn't know his height? Yeah, he's 4'10". I love those question marks. Yeah, I know it's really rare for a guy to be that height compared to Connor's height. I'm shocked. 6'5" though? Like what the how's that like? I mean, okay, I'm so dumb because I asked Mason. He's tall himself, by the way. I think we got more tall people than shorter ones on here, which is really odd. Like, I think the cutoff is, I don't know, um, 5'6" is the cutoff. You know, I know for women that's on the taller side. Yep. I don't. I don't want. He'll mention his height. You wish you were shorter, Carter. I don't blame you. That must be a struggle. You'd be surprised for Mason's height, though. So wait, the short. Okay, the shorter ones is okay. Sorry, dumbbell, Paul, Mia. Is that it? Yep, there is his height. I like you add half on there because usually people that do that they run it up, right, Mason? Is that it? Only a few of you are 5'6" and short. That's weird. That's kind of odd. Wait, okay. That how is there so few of you that are short? That's weird. The cutoff I is 5'6". Yep, you'll be 6'7", or on shoes if that counts. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you mentioned your height. I'm sorry. It's private, understandable. I thought you told me your height. Oh, anyway, that's probably someone else. Oh, let me finish the video up. But yeah, that's why I'm talking about this doppelganger stuff. It's so interesting. You know? It's just so weird. Like, how the does that work? It's so interesting. You know what? Okay, very quick. This is kind of funny. I think that's why, like, when a Southeast Asian guy, okay, like yeah, when Paul told me his height, even though it's common where he's from that people are short, it's really weird because it is not usual for a guy to be below 5 foot. And yet at the same time, it is not usual because Mason is half Japanese, right? For him to be that tall, it's not usual at all. That's not a bad thing. That's really unique, because it like based off their DNA, right? I love that word. It's not quote normal to be of those height ranges. If you know what I mean. Like hell, my height is not normal either. And I'm more black than Mason is, which is really ironic. I wonder if there is a double ganger me that's 6 foot. Shelby, I won't be surprised if there is. You wish you were taller, Paul. I don't blame you. Because 4'10" is really short. It is. There's nothing wrong with that either. Hell, even for women, that's small. Well, for a guy though, it's interesting because he's a foot shorter than the average. It's like before I continue the rest of the video, right? It's as though if Mason was 6'9", nice height. That's a foot gap. That's a big difference. Shorter people wish they were taller, and tall people wish they were. Yep, it's something that we want that we can't have. If I heard Mason, that would be something. That would be something. I'm just shocked that there's a doppelganger that Amelia told me that he was almost, well, not quite your height, but he's up there. It's weird. You wish you were 5'10", Dumbo. I understand. There's nothing wrong being short though, because at least you're not seen as a threat by people. Wow, his video got 76,000 views right now. It's a good video so far. He got 200 more subs. It's a good video. I want to finish it up.
Nintendo is Disney, and no matter what they do, no matter how blatantly evil it is, Nintendo fans will still defend them because they have nothing else. We live in bad times. There are a lot of people who genuinely have nothing, who have no soul, who have no love, who have no family, and so they attach to their own childhood. Live in bad times. There are a lot of people who genuinely have nothing, who have no soul, who have no love, who have no family, and so they attach to their own childhood as the only thing they have left. And those people would rather die than see Nintendo as the evil thing that it is. It also doesn't help that the developers just aren't the same people anymore. The people who made the games you love either don't exist, some of which are unfortunately dead, or so old that their brain is basically goo. Miyamoto, I love him, great guy. He has no idea where he is. You can just look into his eyes and see that nobody is home. If there was,
I'm gonna cry so much when he dies. I'm gonna cry like go. You know, like when like Gohan goes into Super Saiyan, I'm gonna be devastated. It is kind of weird because he's been around for 40 years. Like, what do you expect? I don't know. Not Miyamoto. I'm gonna be upset when he passes. Oh my god. Oh, who's gonna take his spot? I think that's when Nintendo's gonna die. When he dies. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to make this so depressing.
executed someone by now over the Mario movie. The Mario movie.
Oh wait, what about the Mario movie?
He has no idea where he is. You can just look into his eyes and see that nobody is home. If there was, he would have executed
Right,
someone
Brian?
by now over the Mario movie. The Mario movie, which was the biggest announcement of the Nintendo Direct. You know, Nintendo, a video game company who spent more time talking about a movie than an actual new Mario game, or at least given more time to Metroid Prime 4, or something else that gamers care about, not another soulless cash grab made by someone who does not care about video games at all. I mean, you knew it was over when they picked Illumination to make the Mario movie, a company incapable of making anything with any soul at all, just slop for that wider audience we're always talking about. Could you just imagine if the Spider-Verse animators made the Mario movie, or even the Puss in Boots people?
No.
But no, we get Illumination and Chris Pratt and Seth Rogen. Because, you know, Seth Rogen, he's only in the best stuff. No, Miyamoto's brain has to be goo. Because there's no way you could stand there and watch something you love be routinely humiliated. Mario just is Mickey Mouse now. He has no attachment to anything real. He's not a real character anymore, just a symbol for a corporate entity. I mean, they even have a Disney World now. Nintendo Land. It couldn't be more obvious. I think the only person with any soul or brains left at Nintendo is Sakurai. And it's just because he doesn't care anymore. He's like, okay, I'll make all the Smash games you want, but now you're letting me make my game. And I'm making Kirby Air Ride because that's cool. I don't care how many copies it's sold. And you're giving me 2 directs. They're going to be way longer than everything else, and I'm going to talk about every little aspect of my game. Incredibly based. I don't even like Kirby Air Ride that much. Honestly, my brother would just bully me in it all the time. But Kirby Air Riders is still the game I'm most excited for from Nintendo.
I love Sakurai. Oh my god. Anyway, Japanese, they know their stuff. They do. Hold on, let me get his video up again. This is my favorite videos I've watched so far. I love that background music they had. He has 37,000 views now. Well deserved. So he's showing, you know, when I did the reaction to Kirby Air Ride, I'm so glad he brought that up. He has 2,500 comments. Switch 2 was an IQ test. That's funny. By Yen. And then, oh, that's a Japanese name. How cute. I can't read Japanese that well. It says, Ri something. When he walked the leftist road, so too did the soul of Nintendo. I agree. Remember when Nintendo games were cheap? No, No, I don't. I remember several states joining together in a lawsuit against Nintendo for artificially inflating the prices for their games. Well, they were cheap though. I know Brawl was, which is kind of shocking though. I'm not supporting the Nintendo during the Switch 2 cycle. Yeah. How much damage can a group of out of touch Japanese business do? Look at Konami. Oh, heard that name in a while. Pachinko machines. Yeah, I know what those are. Oh boy, the most hilarious. Also, I hope we're just doing okay. The most hilarious thing was the Nintendo Virtual Boy, and then right under "Made in China." Made in China. Yeah, because Chinese products are supposed to be cheap because the thing is that it do so much labor. What do you expect? No raised brain, just facts. Sakurai is the only person left that makes games for Nintendo that actually likes. Yeah, well, Miyamoto too. Is this he's getting up there in age? Smash Brothers right now is filled with too many microtransactions. Characters are literally on your game's data, but you can't play as them unless you pay for each. Yep. This company is so done. It should be left starving by everyone. The glory days are over. Oh, the CZS row. What's he doing here? Our organizer. He's a big YouTuber. I didn't know he's in the comment section. Huh, and he play back to someone's comment. Nintendo's gone to shit. You have to be pretty stupid to keep buying their products. They're also like a mafia? Really? You can't transfer your Pokemon from ZA back to... Are you serious? Oh, that's lame. That's lame. I know. We got like an hour and a half left. I'm sorry, everyone. It's almost over. All right, let me get to it at the 18 mark. I see that flag, Mason.
Aspect of my game, incredibly based. I don't even like Kirby Air Ride that much. Honestly, my brother would just bully me in it all the time. But Kirby Air Riders is still the game I'm most excited for from Nintendo because I know for a fact it has a soul. That Sakurai genuinely cares about this game and is only making it because he wants to. And you just know the corporate Nintendo guys are just seething over this. They're like, he only gets to do this because he has to make another Smash game. And I can't wait for that to be open world too. So what do we do about this? What do we do about this? Well, I don't know. I would say don't buy the games, but we all know boycotts have never worked and never will. Although, if I think Nintendo stays in this direction, the games will keep getting worse and people will just naturally stop buying them. Not because of any boycott or any sort of evil, but just people tend to buy things that they want, and people aren't going to want things that just suck this much, that are this expensive and this lame. I think the lockdowns gave Nintendo a stimulus. But the Switch sold more.
Are you serious, Sorry?
Than it should have. Well, they're not going to.
Really? Oh, that's creepy.
And most of the normies that bought the Switch 1 don't care about a Switch 2. They're like, I already own a Switch. Why would I need another one? So all we can hope for is that Nintendo will hit another economic.
Oh, sorry, Amber. That's by accident. It's my pleasure, Reggie.
And they'll have to innovate to then escape that hole. If you care about the whole patent thing, you can also always do the classic of letting your senator know or whatever political figure is important to you and tell them that this is a topic you care about and that this shouldn't be legal, that it's absurd to patent a video game mechanic. This isn't an invention. I already know most of you aren't going to do that, which is fine. I'm not doing it either. I'm just as lazy as you guys. But we always have the third option, which is just whine on the internet and hope it gets better, which isn't as pointless as it sounds, because if you make it socially unacceptable to buy Nintendo games and just make Nintendo fans sound like losers, people won't want to be associated with Nintendo anymore, especially with how widespread the internet is now. Then a parent will be like, hey, do you want the new Switch? And then the kid will be like, no, I heard that sucks. I don't like Nintendo. Or the other way around. The kid will be like, hey, can I get a Switch? And the parent's like, no, I hear they're really bad. But maybe I'm just coping, pretending like what I'm doing has any effect at all, when it probably doesn't. Oh well. Anyway, subscribe for more.
I subscribed. One of the best videos I've ever watched. I'm just getting a lot of views because it's so good. You may see you inspire me to do my own. But you got one that got 1 million on it? Oh. What question you have, Brian? That was a good video, to be honest. I love it. His show is taking off too, though. Complaining about video games and maybe playing some video games. That's his description. One of the best videos I've ever watched. I love it. It's my pleasure, hon. Honestly, I had to. I don't know why, but thank him because I had that speech. You know, he made me want to talk like this. And people think I'm copying him. Nope. I'm just adding.
Saturday, June 17, 2023, Portage, Indiana. A call from a neighbor alerted police about the presence of a 9-year-old boy with developmental disability.
Are you serious? All right, everyone. I'm going to switch the topic to a 360 degree. Greg, this is a trigger for you. I don't want you to get too upset. Developmental disabilities, and this is in Indiana. I don't like this. Hold on, and then I'll continue more about this. This is by Deadly Dose of Crime. I'm glad the officer was so kind to the boy. Because he's your son's age. Oh boy. Is that boy not wearing any clothes? And people wonder why us people in the spectrum struggle so much. Yeah, I wonder there's a universe out there that us autistics not rule the world, but I don't know, have more rights than most people do. I don't know. This take place when? In June 17th? A 9-year-old with developmental disabilities. Basically he's autistic, right? Only in his underwear? Oh, God.
I'm Tyler, and this is your daily dose of crime.
And yeah, so I remember that you're autistic.
Hi. Where's your dad? Dad? Where's your dad? Dad. Yeah. Where's your dad? Where's your dad? Huh? Huh? Who's home with you? Daddy. Where's he at? Oh, you're not gonna shut the door. Where's Dad at?
I like how he says you're not gonna shut the door. Like, this officer is pissed. He's pissed. You hear that? Like, I mean, I know he said it a little harshly, but you can tell this officer, he's gonna rest. Oh my goodness. Like, where's CPS? Where's CPS? You can tell how pissed off he is.
You don't know?
He's 9, by the way. 9. And look how mucked up this is. And Lauren, that's correct on yes. The boy was by himself at this empty room, and that looks like the one of those old-fashioned ACs. This boy needs to be adopted. This is not right.
Where's your room at?
Oh, he's black. Oh, the poor boy.
Where's Dad's room?
Look at this house.
Oh, Porch Police. Anybody in here? The empty apartment confirmed that the child had been left without supervision for a prolonged period of time. All right, we're not gonna walk up there. You're not dressed, okay? Okay. Do you have a phone to call Dad on? Want me to call Dad, huh? Yeah. No. 40 going to. The 911 call had been logged at 12:30 p.m. By 1:17 p.m., officers entered the apartment and confirmed what the report suggested. There was no adult present, and the child was completely alone. The absence of a responsible caregiver reinforced the seriousness of the case. Nearly an hour had passed since the alert, raising a central question. Why had a child with severe communication limitations been left unsupervised for so long? Can I see your phone? Is it unlocked?
It's unlocked. Hold on. I'm looking at it. The phone doesn't work? Okay. You have a charger for it? Hold on. Come here. Go sit on your bed.
The boy's urge to leave the apartment again reflected restless behavior, typical of a lack of containment.
Unlock it. Put the code in. Put the code in the iPad. Come on.
This boy, he has to be, I think, low, like mid-functioning at this point. And I tell people why you can have fake disabilities. And people wonder why I don't like Nintendo being so fucking expensive. You know, I want to share something for you. You know why? As someone that's autistic, right? Why I'm glad that I grew up on that era, because since I struggle forming connections with other children and I had to learn stuff on my own, I had at least some resources compared to some kids that have disabilities today, they won't have. You know, because people either care about their fucking selves or basically always being money hungry or whatnot. I'm never supposed to talk about music. It's just this got my attention. He's 9. He's in elementary school, right? Or barely going on middle school.
You have games on here? Can you show me? Yeah, show me.
Show me it. And by the way, that's another trait we like to mimic. It's called echolalia. A lot of us, and I think I used to have it, right? It's common in children. You would, you know, like how you got a parrot, like, oh, you say brownies. I say brownies, right? And then you want pepperoni pizza? Pizza? You know, like that, right? Now the iPod is cracked.
What's your dad's name?
It has LeBron. Is that like LeBron James? I can't tell.
What's your dad's name? You know what your dad's name is?
Dr. William?
MC. They say the female's name was?
While officers searched electronic devices for any contacts, it became evident that the child could not provide reliable information. His playful responses underscored the challenges of leaving a child with developmental disabilities without adult oversight. For investigators, the absence of a guardian in such a critical moment shifted the focus from a simple welfare check to a situation of potential endangerment requiring immediate action.
I think that for sure, he may sound a little harsh, but I guess it's because this is a difficult job, right? Because again, he's 9. He's not 12. So if it was a normal functioning child, what's DCF? Would have taken the parent to jail and taken the child into custody because he's low functioning. Yeah, damn that. That's what. No, I said mid functioning. I know I'm high functioning now. We just ignored the fact he was at risk of death the whole time and developed a safety plan. He could have been killed just going into someone's apartment, lit the house on fire, ran into the street. WTF? They knew finding places for him would be difficult, so they didn't take him. It's also the only reason Dad didn't go to jail. Him being low functioning should have made it much worse. And he was 2 hours. You're kidding me, right? Not only did he not go to jail, he got rewarded. You don't leave your son at home for 2 hours. Unless you have a wife or basically an older sibling, like my siblings. You don't leave them by themselves for 2 hours. I think the youngest is 13, my guess, but 9, that's pushing it. Oh my. I have a grandson with autism, and it's crazy to me that anyone would leave a child that is virtually nonverbal all alone, and they didn't remove the child. Oh my! I'm sorry you had to hear this, Greg. I understand, Greg. Please take the time. I'm sorry. I just had to share this because it's got my attention. I had to talk about it. I'm sorry, Greg. Plus,
When was the last time you saw that? You know what the dad's name is? No.
I think she's like a neighbor.
What time did you call? And that's when you ran like over the door.
Dumbo, yes, pretty much. Exactly, Michael. Da. So it was the father to blame for this.
And both times he just walked right in. And what was he doing? When he came in both times. But he was how he is right now.
So I'm guessing the dad did drugs.
This morning
Kids with severe autism require full attention, yes. And care that is difficult for a single parent to divide, yeah.
and you said this is happening today.
The father was on the spectrum? I am, but I would never do something like this. I don't care if he's on the spectrum. You don't leave your own child.
Neighbors' accounts suggested this was not an isolated occurrence. They described other moments when the child had tried to leave without supervision, indicating
Okay,
a recurring pattern.
it's
where the
not-
child
it's not
required
confirmed.
Constant support. Each lapse in oversight increased the likelihood of harm. Their testimonies raised an important question: how long had this situation been happening without intervention? What began as a single incident now pointed toward ongoing neglect.
Can I see your tablet? Let's go see this real quick.
Was he watching Family Guy? You can see how... This is what I'm talking about. Okay, he's watching Peppa Pig. Never mind. Still, you know, he's watching Peppa Pig. You can see why there's lack of care, a lack of helicoptering. And people saying, oh yeah, why should our parents watch us? Well, this is what happens. Just watching Peppa Pig.
It was now 1:35 p.m. and no adult had returned to the apartment.
cows hump themselves into their first dance around the gym. Got up there and all this, and they're just going home. So, yeah. We've been trying to get some contact information for performance.
I got an ad. I understand, sorry. Trust me, I cried earlier myself. I think, Amber, I think that's what someone said in the comments. I have no idea, Bronny. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And when I was a kid, my parents would... Right, Danielle. But that's a long time now. They're not supposed to be doing that. 6 or 7? What's the question, Daniel, that you share with me with that? Because I don't know. I see. And Reggie, it's my pleasure.
We don't really have anybody else to call it. About 20 minutes. All right. Thanks. Yep. Come on, Bub. He's got a present for you. Present.
Oh, you got a present for him? Well, that's sweet.
As more time passed, officers' priorities shifted. It was no longer only about clarifying what had occurred, but ensuring the child's immediate protection. Extended periods without supervision for a child with developmental disabilities activated emergency protocols, as the potential risks could not be ignored. At this stage, the absence of a guardian raised not only safety concerns, but also legal questions regarding...
There's the father. I think they were, Daniel, to be honest. They should, I mean, depending on what they do, their work, well, I don't know, because I grew up in a single household, so I hope not. I mean, if they do it a lot, it does sound like neglect. I think. So that's the father, huh?
I mean, he did this early this morning, too. So how long have you been gone? I'm assuming you're Terry.
Oh, you could tell he's autistic. There's your clue. I do agree with Grant on this one.
He ran out several times.
Suddenly, Terry McKinney arrived at the apartment, showing clear signs of nervousness as he faced the officers and saw his son under their care. For investigators, his demeanor suggested an awareness of the seriousness of the situation and the need for accountability. The presence of a supervisor from the Department of Child Services added another layer of formality, shifting the focus from a neighbor's initial call to an official child protection review. From that point forward, the matter was no longer about personal explanations, but about the safety measures that state authorities considered necessary.
If anything, if we were to have to detain, is there anywhere a family member that you can go to?
Yes, his mom.
Do you have him full time?
Yeah, I mean, I just have him because I have him a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
It's 50-50.
yeah, it's more like she has joined. That's it.
Okay. What is his name? Okay. Is there a phone number that I can reach her at? Okay. Do you have a phone number for her?
No, I don't have it. She should know.
Okay. I'm gonna call my supervisor real quick.
I mean, you see our dilemma here, though?
Yeah.
I mean, because I've been here for well over an hour.
Right.
And, you know, and your upstairs neighbor here, At 9 o'clock this morning, he ran into their apartment, started dancing around in his underwear, and ran out. They didn't know where he went, but he did it again at 1 o'clock. And they were able to follow him down here. So then I would sleep like this. So then they knocked on the door at 1.
Damn it! Not again. Can everyone hear me? It says more than one and Justin. Not again.
And he answers, and obviously you're not here.
All right, I'm gonna speed this up. I know it's getting a little bit long. Okay, I don't know why I got that message. I hope it goes away. I'm sorry this video's so long.
It was just something I just, I won't.
So Dad came home.
Okay, I don't know why it just says more than one Justin. You know, that same message again is using the prop. Is it because of video I'm sharing? I don't know. Ugh. As long as it's working, it's fine. I gotta ignore it.
CPS at this point wants to just do a safety.
I hope Greg is alright. But I had to share that.
Little kid is in the window, banging on the window.
Okay, you're regardless. Wait, it was wrong of them to leave you alone? Right, I agree with Barney on that. Oh, Danielle, I don't think they seem that caring, to be honest.
The alert reached police after neighbors noticed something unusual at a home on Mississippi Avenue. A small child, dirty and covered in insects, was desperately banging on the front window trying to get someone's attention. It was an extreme case that would set a precedent in Northwest Florida. I'm Tyler, and this is
Northwest, so where's Florida? A toddler banging for help? Oh my goodness, how old is he?
Piles of used diapers were stacked in a corner, and the insect activity was so intense that it created an immediate health hazard. A 2-year-old boy
A 2-year-old?
for hours with no way to get
Holy!
For investigators, this would mark a turning point. What may have been seen as abandonment now rose to the level of aggravated child abuse, since the intentional confinement not only exposed the boy to filth, but stripped him of any escape or outside contact.
Neighbors called in, said that his mom and dad left the kid at home alone. Hey, baby. So we show up and he's like literally just chilling in the window. 100 flies all over him. Just disgusting. He's got like some, it looks like maybe some bites or something on his leg. His leg's pretty swollen up. He's got like some ant bites or shit in between his fingers. Just like stupid shit. They're not home.
Well, no, I know that part. So we'll have to transport him just to make sure he's good. Look, he's smiling.
I'm a dad of 2 teen boys. I took custody of them at an early age. I'm never complaining about having to take them in public, right?
But they said this is like a common occurrence right now.
There's a dog crying too?
Yeah, you want to get in the house?
I'm about to get in this house. Oh,
Yeah, of course toddlers throw fists. There are 2. I still see a 2-year-old as a baby for some odd reason. I don't know why, because they're babies.
It was occupied by 2 adults who had chosen to lock their toddler inside in unsanitary conditions.
Wait,
an act that the law views as
are the
aggravated abuse
2
of life.
adults? I swear, if they are a lesbian couple, because I know lesbian relationships do not end well. Sorry, everyone. I just had to watch these videos while these are getting arrested. Aggravated child abuse and child neglect.
Do you have any questions? Your child is going to be remanded into the custody of DCF.
You can tell these officers do not like this.
Go and check it out. We got to go out the back. Cars are out back. You mind if we walk them through to our cars, or you want us to bring a car around?
And Greg, I hope you're doing okay. I'm sorry you had to see that. Why would you leave your fucking 2-year-old at, oh my, these parents, why are their parents? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Oh my god. Uh, Parents locked 3 kids in a motel to smoke crack? I know this always been a thing, but it seems like it gets worse. A 17-year-old got arrested for what?
Came to you.
Yeah, and then pointed the gun at me and stole it.
So it took
Armed carjacking. What the? What's that? Armed carjacking? Yeah, tell me about it, Connor. Tell me about it. What is armed carjacking?
So it took your car. Okay.
Like armed robbery? Like you're getting like you're being held at gunpoint to steal your car? Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and then pointed the gun at
He
me.
pointed a gun at me and stole it. So that's what it means. Because carjacking, that's when they steal your car. But armed means they have a. Wow. Well, put him in prison. 17. You're. I don't care. You're a fucking child by law. You're a fucking grown man to me. I know they say, oh, he's a child. Shut up. If it's 17-year-old, if you especially look like he's like a fucking 21-year-old, or whatever. I'm just being honest because people like to protect that age. You're old enough to know what you're doing at that age. Who cares if a child goes through trauma? I don't see a 17-year-old as a child. By law, it is, but I don't. 17 is like the youngest that I see you that as you're not an adult, like that like porn stuff or whatever. You know what I mean, right? Especially if they like to do that towards adults and lie about their age. I don't give a damn if a carjacker is 17, 15, or 13. If he is armed and violently carjacking people at gunpoint, he should be held accountable regardless of his age. Giving someone a slap on the wrist because they're barely not an adult, it does encourage their bad behavior. It does. You tell me that he not got charged? Well, he needs to. He put a he what the steals cars, points guns at civilians, but his first thought, where's my phone? Fucking asshole. The young woman in the red car is an excellent witness. She's clear, ghosted. Oh my god. And I've been a witness by a lot of stuff in my whole life. Of course.
For a sequence of crimes that began with a failed robbery attempt and ended in a high-speed police pursuit.
It's New Mexico. It's New Mexico. Yeah, I love that state, but this is getting out of hand. What is wrong with that state? Oh my god. I'm glad I don't live in New Mexico. They're speaking Spanish.
Okay, let me just start that way, okay?
Wait, is that boy wearing a Suns? He's wearing a Phoenix Suns t-shirt. Look at that. I didn't know they're black. Oh crap, my controller something up. It's a Phoenix Suns t-shirt. Cool.
Okay, let me just start that way, okay?
Yes, Mason, yes. In Albuquerque, absolutely. I'll stop it at 750. The cop crashed?
While the officers were still collecting testimony from first.
How did he crash?
Witness approaches to warn that a vehicle was driving recklessly only a few blocks away. The description matched the recently stolen SUV, forcing the officer on scene to make an immediate decision. Verify if it was the same armed suspect who had terrified 2 women only minutes earlier. At this
it's
point,
okay, so it's hard to spell it.
Limited to the initial victims, but extended to anyone in the suspect's path. The officer headed toward the area, unaware that the next few moments would bring unexpected consequences, not only for those involved, but also for an innocent bystander who had nothing to do with the assault.
Jeez, and that's on camera. Damn it. Oh my god. Oh, he crushed a guy. Oh boy.
Sir, you okay? You're right. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Right, 333 PD. You don't think about civilians before you take 355 to Louisiana.
Once activated, officers began pursuing an SUV that matched the description given by one of the victims. But a failed maneuver to stop it caused an officer to lose control.
Hold on. What is going on here? It's a pedestrian. Yes, I get that. Just to that jerk that ran up to the crashed police car just to start antagonizing the cop as if he ran the guy on purpose. Yeah, it's an accident. That's what car accidents mean. People like this get in the way. If you're not going to provide any aid to the situation or anything useful, then say, right, I agree. Again, I've saved a few people myself. This video, I like how they spelled "these," didn't show the police dash cam because the pig caused the accident. The witness saw the what? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, a lot happened here. I understand, sorry. What's on your mind, hon? I'm sorry for showing all of this. I hope it's not these videos. I could stop, of course. This is 2 weeks ago that was uploaded.
We just want to make sure there's a bunch of guys over here.
Just keep everyone back for now. Hey, you alright? Okay? You're gonna be alright. Okay? Excuse me?
I was asking if she was involved. Oh,
Yeah.
I know you called.
I also called.
So what's going on?
I'm a home health occupational therapist. I was here seeing my patient.
I'm sorry. Why does this look like a cow? That's a dog, by the way. It looked like a cow or a calf.
Walking straight.
That's cute.
Was taunting their dog.
It looks like a cow.
I don't know that he even saw me get into my car. I got in my car. He was still behind it, so I couldn't back up. I honked my horn. He moved back a few steps. I backed out and started to turn. He ran in front of my car. He came to my window. He said, "Give me your whip." I said, "I can't. I don't know what you're talking about." Now I know whip is sniper car. Anyways, he pulled the gun out of his waistband and he pointed it at me through the window. I screamed, "No." And then he opened my car door, said, "Give me your whip." And so I ran out. I always keep my key fob in my pocket. So as I got out, I turned off the car and ran into the house.
She came back in.
He got into the car. Obviously, it wouldn't start. I have the key. He yelled at me through there to give him the key. I ran inside. That other girl was driving this way, and I saw him get out of my car. At this point, my car is parked in the middle of the street.
She was right here.
He got out of my driver's seat and went and did the same thing to her, and he took off in the car going that way.
As officers document the victim's testimony, the emotional impact of the assault became clear. Her fast breathing and broken voice were unmistakable signs of acute shock, a physiological response triggered when the body interprets that a threat could have ended in death. For investigators, her words not only provided details, but confirmed the suspect's escalating behavior. After a failed attempt, he chose to stay in the area until he got what he wanted.
Where are you hurting at? Huh? Nowhere? No, hold on. Just stay right there for now. Yeah. We're gonna be alright.
I do like how the officer's holding his hand, though.
You're gonna be okay, alright?
See, this is what I'm talking about. Remember the story that I shared earlier? It's like this. It's like this that I've witnessed.
You're gonna be okay, alright?
It's like that.
Around, the man could barely form words. He had a severe blow under his chin and on his forehead, appearing confused in an evident state of post-traumatic shock. His disorientation, difficulty speaking, and painful labored breath were clear indicators of serious trauma, both physical and neurological, caused by the impact.
Have you stepped in your car yet? Sat back in your car?
Since he left.
It's my pusher, Shelby, and if she's the victim, she got the gun pointing at that teen, right? They did show in her face, so there's no sense of blurring it out. Oh, is she a CNA? Oh, she's a CNA. I could tell because her outfit. Oh, that poor woman. Oh, I hope this boy gets charged. Oh, he is done. A CNA like my mother? Oh, I hope she pressed charges.
Where at? You don't know? Were you all hurting? Okay, well just stay right there, okay? You got hit with the car. Okay?
Sorry, I know there's like two different like events going on. The man that got hit by accident by the police, right? And then the woman that explains how she got brandished by that gun. So Amelia Wesley, he has this job. It's certified nurse assistant. It's basically a job that you take care of people that have, well, not this special need, I think, but think about. Holy crap, he's that tall. Oh, that's horrifying. He's Mason's height. Are you kidding me? Oh, that is horrifying. You basically help take care of the elderly. You bathe them, kind of like what my mother does for my grandmother that's old timers, you know, because they cannot poop themselves or something like that. That's what a CNA is. It's like you're a nurse, but it's like a self-employed nurse. Yeah, like what Lucas said, pretty much. Oh, Barney had to go to bed. Understandable.
Yeah, it was
6'6".
no length.
Jeez. So he's tall, lanky, huh? Dark brown hair. She has good description on him.
Wide eyes, very hollow cheeks.
You mean by hollow cheeks? It's like it.
I didn't process what he's wearing. I'm sorry. I don't remember. A black.
Jeez, who's this boy? He's fucking Mason's size?
He's conscious breathing, but what happened, man? We're in the chase and it happened right here. My car hit him. Okay, so the chase is still going. Yeah, no, we weren't chasing him.
Paramedics arrived at the scene and focused on stabilizing the man. He had suffered a fractured jaw and several broken ribs, serious injuries that made it difficult to breathe.
Poor man.
With swift movements, they immobilized his body and placed him on a stretcher to be rushed into the ambulance.
Oh, Daniel, you had to draw more? I don't know, to be honest. You could try Luffy if you want. Okay, he's going to the ER.
I screamed because there was a moment
Mason,
where I
yes.
was thinking, like, I wanted him to drive away with my car, which it sounds crazy when there's a gun pointed at you. Just save yourself, but I don't know. I was like, I don't want to give him my car. And so,
what other feelings do you have?
terror, I screamed, no, I didn't register what whip meant. I thought he was asking for a drug or something. Like, I didn't know what he was asking for at first. And so I didn't know, like, what to give him to make him not point the gun at me. And then I registered, and then once the door was open and he's still pointing it at my chest, and he's get out. He yelled, "Get out!" So that's when I pushed like the starter button.
This is 2 weeks ago, but this incident is last year, Connor.
Pushed the button, and then
It's my pleasure.
And then as I went, they had like a ramp there, like where that trash can is, and I turned back.
Tell me about Amelia.
And he realized the car was off and he didn't have the keys. So then he started getting out of the car and said, "Give me your keys, give me your keys." And I ran inside and saw him approach the other girl and watched through their kitchen window as she got out of her car and he drove off with her.
So you witnessed the second one?
I did. Okay. His back was to me, so I didn't witness where he pointed the gun at her. I would just be conjecturing that he did the same thing that he did.
She's traumatized, of course she is.
So give me some minutes. I'm going to give you a card. If I remember anything else, I'll let you know what to do. Okay.
The poor woman. Where's that boy? I want to see him. And people wonder why I'm scared of teenagers. Is that him? Oh, never mind. That's the other officers, right?
Get out of the car now! Open the driver's side door! Right now! Open the driver's side door! Push it all the way open!
Yeah, this is the same Vito dumbbell.
Both hands up! Stand up! Stand up! Keep your hands in the air! Both hands up! Step out to the right!
And right in front of a Starbucks for crying out loud.
Walk out of the car! Come back towards us! Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to move up and shut the door. Keep your hands up. Do not move.
So that's the boy, huh? Show his face.
Stand up. My phone in the car. Can I get my phone? No.
What the? You're going to prison, you dimwit! Peach and Molly. Damn, he is tall. Jeez.
My phone. Alright, go look through my phone. Don't worry, brother. You don't need your phone now. I need my. I definitely need my phone. You need it. Want me to show you where the firearm is? Go ahead, show you where the firearm is. Which car is this? Show you. No. I've seen it, brother. Thank you.
The police perimeter closed within moments, with patrol cars blocking every exit and officers aiming their weapons. Dominic Sena,
Dominic Sena.
slowly opened the door of the stolen SUV. He staggered out with erratic movements, revealing both physical and psychological agitation, yet he maintained a defiant attitude. Instead of obeying immediately, he hurled insults, even demanding that officers return his phone, as if the seriousness of his actions had nothing to do with him. For officers, that behavior would be revealing. In criminology, verbal hostility and denial at the moment of arrest are often interpreted as a defense mechanism in a young individual with poor emotional control. In Sena, the reaction reflected both immaturity and a constant opposition to authority. Finally, officers managed to restrain him and place him in handcuffs, bringing an end to a pursuit that had endangered an entire community.
And I got a person, paralyzed man from a stroke in the house. All she does is come here to help him.
I know it's almost 8.
Those
Dumbbell's my pleasure. By the way, everyone, I'm planning on playing that video of like when Casey assaulted me. I have it. I'm gonna share it on TikTok. I hope that will get some views on it. Because I want to show people it doesn't matter what your sex or whatever, you just do not have the human right to basically trespass or basically steal someone's property or get into their property. Because as I've seen some of those videos that go viral, I thought they'll help other people that are victims, especially what happened to Dumbbell, of course. Now, I don't know if I have both of the videos. I have one of them. So, I don't think it's going to do well. I think I did share it on TikTok. I just didn't use hashtags for it. So, I'm going to do that. And I know there's like another video. Oh, yeah, the Nintendo thing. I'm going to do that too. Because I'm going to post to the other channel, the main channel.
And I'm sorry.
Like, even the officers did tell me I could press charges, though. But that's my mother's idea that, well, she didn't bleed. She didn't maybe bleed, so it's whatever. Damn, he's fucking tall, though. So.
She does is come here to try to help that man who had a stroke. I have heard the shot. I heard the original shot.
You heard a gunshot?
Yes. But I didn't hear another shot after that. He either pulled her out or he pointed the gun at her.
Brian, both, yes. Is that the mother?
After his arrest, Dominic Sena, age 17, was charged with armed robbery, aggravated fleeing from an officer, and illegal possession of a firearm. The case fell under New Mexico's youthful offender statute, which allows a minor to be tried as an adult.
Nice.
The court determines he is not amenable to rehabilitation. Sena remains in a juvenile detention and rehabilitation center where he receives education and treatment programs under secure custody.
Well, give him all the education he needs. he needs to change that anger.
The armed robbery charge alone carries a potential sentence of up to 9 years in prison.
9 years for an adult. So I hope to Buddha he'll get 9 years. That's fair.
Rehabilitation center where he receives education and treatment programs under secure custody. The armed robbery charge alone carries a potential sentence of up to 9 years in prison for an adult.
Yeah,
However,
tell me about it, Greg.
Law, he cannot be held past his 21st birthday if deemed to be suitable for rehabilitation.
I see.
The court has to evaluate his family environment, background, mental health, and genuine capacity for reintegration before issuing a final sentence. If it concludes that he's not amenable to treatment, Cena will face adult penalties.
Otherwise,
his time in juvenile detention will represent the system's last chance to redirect the life of a teenager whose violence endangered innocent victims and an entire community.
So, Shelby, it's cops arrest 17-year-old for armed carjacking spree. He needs to be tried as an adult. He's a big boy. That's one thing. I don't care. Oh, he's not. No, me personally, he's more than mentally developed. You just don't do that in terrifying a woman just because you're over a foot taller than her. Chaw my ass. I don't fucking care. He's a criminal. Age doesn't matter. At 17, he thinks he can commit crimes. Yeah. Repeat offenders often end up killing. In fact, that should make him charged more. Some people are incapable of change and need to be removed from society. Yeah. If this happened in Georgia, the taxpayers would have saved a ton of money. I don't know what that means. What? Because they would treat him more harshly than New Mexico. I think I get it. Yeah, Albuquerque is a crazy city. But, wow, yeah, I agree with you, Paul. I agree with you. And I tell people all the time, I'm scared of teenagers. I am. Doesn't even get the privilege of becoming 18 and already charged as an adult. Hope he lives long enough to regret his wasted youth. It's so funny that boy, he only cares about his damn phone. She's like, you're not taking that with you? You insane? Tell me about it, Granny. He's so tall, too, though. I mean, that's horrifying. No offense to Mason and Connor, of course, but like a teenager doing this? Because she said in the description 6'6". So she knows her height measures. She is a CNA, so it kind of makes sense. Comments right now. That'll be all for the police videos for now. I just like watching these. It's a good channel. I don't know how Greg does it. If he would have teenagers that would act like that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Dumbo, same here. Yeah, I don't blame you, sir. I'm scared of teenagers myself. You are, Michael? People need to know Casey's Cross. Yeah, I'm planning on it. He deserves 9 years. Absolutely, Amber. I know we got like a half hour left. But yeah, I decided to share this because this is amazing. I would see videos like this, you know? I do love New Mexico. It is a gorgeous state. It's just the children are not raised properly. You know, that's what bothers me in that state compared to where I'm from. New Mexico is this, it's something. It's a gorgeous state. It is. Excuse me. All right, 3 more minutes. So, damn, we got another one. Oh my Buddha. Are you serious? What the is going on? Oh my. What? And this is 3 days ago. I'm starting to feel our teen like I know adults can prey on teens, but I'm starting to think, you know what? Depending on their age, teens they can't always be seen as victims at this point. If they act like this, no wonder women are not safe. Oh my. No, Paul, no, this is worse.
A barista barely escapes the grasp of a man who tried yanking her out of a drive-thru window. So I reach out a little far to grab it, and he grabs his arm and tries to pull me out of the window.
Women, please be safe out there. Please do.
Breaking down the shocking moments that were all
19. Yeah, he's a grown man. Still, though. Fucking freak. No, dude. You literally grabbed her arm. She's working at a drive-thru. Oh my, Dumbo, please be safe. Please do. I think it's a Starbucks. A barista. Oh, never mind. A bikini barista. Close enough. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy is a fucking threat. You're a grown-ass man. God damn it. Whoever the judge is that thought it was okay to release him back to... No, he needs to go. Oh my god. What the fuck is right? You worked at a drive-thru? Oh man, I hope you gotta go. I hope you don't go. Well, I think you're fine because this is like a different type, right? You know, like it's a bikini, whatever it is. It's supposed to be like a. I can't explain it. It's not sexual. It's a different type. We have it out here. Yeah, Mason, hun, that's what they're saying in the comments. Yes, that judge needs to resign. Yeah. I bet that judge is a fucking predator himself. Don't you just hate when you're in the wrong state of mind and suddenly try to kidnap someone? The justice system is broken. When is driving drunk? Driving drunk. So underage. Wow. Okay. He's 19. He looks older than 19. And people, I mean, I find 19-year-old boys hot. I do. But he's more older than me. God damn it. He looks way older than me. God damn it. Like, you're a grown-ass man. Like, what the... Even if you're not, you can't just do this to someone. What the... I'll play Dream minutes of this. I know it's getting late. It's Bob time. Wait, what?
The victim was left with marks around her wrist, shoulder, and arms. Now, while the alleged kidnapper admitted to the incident, he was still released from custody. Trying to pull me out of the window. For most people who go to Ladybug Bikini Espresso, it's like
Ladybug Bikini Espresso. That's in Washington.
In a coffee, which is served up by women in bikinis. According to their social media, the company offers hot girls serving hot coffee in a bikini. But that's no excuse for
it. It is no excuse. She's not doing anything. She's doing her job. Why do these fucking men think, oh, if a woman's in a bikini, I want to fucking rape her? And they wonder why they're thinking that males can't be victims. I'm fucking sick of this. I hope that woman's alright. I hope she is.
That's when a barista was working a late night shift when a man approached the drive-thru window and allegedly tried pulling her into his car. You can see from the surveillance video, he was signing the receipt for a smoothie. He hands it back to the barista.
Oh my god. Why cover her face when we can see her though? He's strong. I would be scared myself. Oh my god. Let me show this very quick. And he has tats. Like, this guy looked like he could fight too.
That's when a barista was working a late night shift when a man approached the drive-thru window and allegedly tried pulling her into his car. You can see from the the surveillance video, he was signing the receipt for a smoothie. He hands it back to the barista. She grabs the receipt.
Yeah, sorry, tell me.
But within seconds, he took the drink and grabbed her right arm as she used her left arm to help break from him. He still tries to tug on her clothes, but she's able to get away.
Jeez, and he's 19. Man, I'm kind of scared of boys like this. Oh, I don't want to date. No, god damn it. I would be killed if a boy did this to me. Crap. Oh my god. Jeez. I know women can be evil, but man, us men though. What the
Tried to pull me out of the window. And I grabbed this and held on and started screaming. And then I ripped my entire up. And I shut the window and I called the cops. Yes, he grabbed me by the arm.
Do you know him?
No, he made a credit card as a customer.
Even though the man drove off right after, he still left behind clues, like his signed credit card receipt with his real name.
Does his card have a name on it or anything?
Right here, it's Garo. I don't know if it's a stolen credit card. He was in a
The Scion TC, right?
yeah, Scion TC. It was like that space gray, like not dimensional color, metallic. Whatever. I couldn't get the license plate because I was too just get up.
Did you see which way he went?
That way, and then I went to go to the cop.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. You got the information, but he went south on Pack Highway. Sounds like minimum will have.
because his girlfriend dumped him? Guys, it's like what Mia's going through.
Can you do any digging in Global for that name?
So he tore her clothes off. Yeah. Oh my.
You ever seen this guy before?
No, I've never seen him before. Never, ever.
Okay.
Never. First time.
Okay. So I know you described him to the dispatch on the phone, but what did he look like?
He was like barely Hispanic, super.
Yeah, these are men. The officer could at least be a little bit more sympathetic. Literally. This is a woman, especially since she's a female, for crying out loud. Is this like the fucking Middle East? No offense for Arabs out there, but damn it. Yeah, those cops weren't hard on that scumbag. They treated him with kid gloves. He went there intentionally and he remembered everything, but my fucking god, that's insane. Women out there, please be careful. Please do. Everyone did for these young ladies. She did. I would love to give her a hug myself. And people wonder why that it's people, victims don't want to report this stuff because, oh yeah, we don't believe you. Or you accepted it, but because they're an adult? It'd be different if they're a fucking child. And people wonder why being an adult sucks sometimes. Because if it was like a young girl, they probably would have more sympathy. Maybe. I said maybe. Not likely, but. Yeah, Shelby, Lauren, I'm sorry that you two had to see this, and Amber. Oh, sorry. I definitely said that for tomorrow. I saw that. Yeah, he stole the car, right? And then they drag him out. That 12-year-old, he's a lost cause. The parents need to be charged as well. Honestly, I saw that video. I saw it. I think it was in New Mexico, right? Because, yeah, I saw that video. Right, Daniel? My reaction exactly.
Blue, like, and like Potter fake Louis Vuitton jeans, like blue jeans with the fake designer all over them.
Anybody else in the car with him?
No, he's by himself.
mention anything? Like, how long was he here?
He was here for like, I was making this drink for probably like 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, whatever, chatting with him like any normal customer, you know, what are you up to?
Anything else in the conversation that was
noteworthy? Probably when I was going, I was like, are you up right now? Because we're acting stupid. He said, yeah, kind of. And then bro tries to pull me out of the window.
Okay. All right. I see red marks on your wrist right there.
All of my arm. Okay. All of my arm. In my fucking armpit. Trying to pull me out of the window.
When we get my camera, we'll get pictures of your red marks and stuff. We'll look for there. See your wrist right there.
No. No, I don't see any blood. That's the first.
Okay. Anything else on you? Feel right here?
Like, I mean, I always wonder, like, officers, I know they're humans, I always wonder, like, why but yeah, they're being professional. So I gotta remember that, because us American officers, well, I think other countries, even in Paul's countries like that too, you know, we always be serious. Like, if I meet someone, I say, like, yeah, what happened? Like, yeah, like, I want to say, are you serious? You know, like, I think I understand.
I assume, like, your arm was just getting, like, yanked against the frame.
I got this window whenever I go to clean out this window. This got me up. Got me so up. When are these gonna figure out the center of gravity? Holy stupid. And do I have a credit card and not even cash? No, my boss probably doesn't have a single honestly. I can ask. I knew it happened at 2:20. Yeah. And all my cameras are working right now, and they were working, so okay. I don't know. I can ask.
Okay.
So I got almost snatched out the window.
Yeah, I know in the past, with things here, whether your boss.
Tell me about it, Connor. It's my pleasure, Millie. I'm sorry it's getting late. I know I didn't play any music tonight. Plus, I probably want to tomorrow because I want to, but I feel that he's asleep, so. Yes, sorry. Yeah, I've been for quite a while now. No, you're far from the only one. It got blocked. Dumbo, what do you say? I'm sorry. Dumbo, yeah, we can listen to some music in a few minutes. I'm sorry, Paul. We can. I just know it's getting late. Al? Al.
How late are you working tonight? Okay, so. All right. So if we can find them, then we'll come back. We'll get you. Because my camera's going right now, I will say no, we can't do that. But hopefully we'll be able to.
I like how she said execute them. I agree.
Because my camera's going right now, I will say no, we can't do that. But hopefully we'll be able to identify them, okay? We'll get you a case number, we'll get out of here.
Wow, I got an ad, by the way. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know there are all the comments. You're afraid of teens too, Paul. I don't blame you. I like the way she said, like, execute. Like, I agree with her 1,001%. Honestly. I'm just glad the stream is still working, at least.
Officers found the 19-year-old a few days later, and he was brought in for questioning.
So that's the boy, huh?
The interview started off like normal. Pleasantries, Miranda rights were read. Then came Ezekiel's version of what led up to what happened that night.
What happened? Before you go on that dashboard,
I hope that boy becomes someone's bitch in prison. Underage drinking, huh? Good to know. This is his face in a better angle. Then I'll play some music. I think his name is Al Amber. Don't know the last name.
ex, but we're just over, and so I was like in a sad moment. I remember I was just super drunk. I don't remember too much of anything. I remember I was drinking, and I ended up there, and all I remember is she asked me a question, and then I had reached in, and then and I remember opening my eyes, and then the moment she had said help.
Yeah, he is creepy. It's so weird. I mean, he looks so much different without the hat on. You're like, boy, you're not fucking innocent. You almost want to, or you want to rape a woman doing her job. So is this him talking?
Like I'm sorry, like I keep repeating myself.
It's my,
it's
my pushing me, yeah.
I'm sorry, like it's just.
Especially what you had to put up with.
I was drunk and I was up. I wasn't in the right state of mind.
And just because you're drunk doesn't give you the fucking human right to take advantage of someone. You damn dumb pin brain. What's
disappointed in his release. She wrote, quote, I'm honestly just really upset that since he's young and it's his first offense.
Oh, I don't care. No, 19, you're grown. If you could get arrested for basically taking advantage of a child online, yeah. No, like, again, I find 19-year-olds hot. Okay? Because I'm a fucking grown man. Not to mention she looks older than me. No, young my ass. No. No, he's not young. He's an adult.
Wrote in a statement to Fox 13.
Don't infantilize him. Do not. If he could drive a fucking car, which I can't. If he could basically have fucking facial hair. He's not a fucking child. Why do people keep doing this? 19, that's a grown man. Oh my.
Disappointed in his release. She wrote, quote, I'm honestly just really upset.
Oh wait, oh she wrote that. Oh, I thought whomever wrote that, not the victim. My mistake. I agree with what she's talking about.
His first offense, he got no bail or house arrest. I think men that commit violent acts against sex workers should get extra charges.
Yes.
Since of course we're often the first group of people they target.
Yes.
And what I understand from his interview, he was upset about his personal issues with his girlfriend and decided to come take it out on me, a complete stranger who was doing nothing but being nice to him and treating him as I would any other paying customer. I'm doing fine, honestly. He didn't do any physical damage, really, and I'm glad it happened to me instead of somebody who wouldn't have been able to stand up for themselves, like I have honestly. If he's committing violent acts like this at the ripe age of 19 years old, I'm not too confident that he won't do that again to someone else who might end up less fortunate than I did. Now, we did keep the victim's name out of the story for privacy. As for Ezekiel Guerrero, online records show that his next court hearing is...
Oh, the victim, okay.
Might end up
what's his name?
Than I did. Now, we did keep the victim's name out of the story for privacy. As for Ezekiel Guerrero, online records show...
Ezekiel Guerrero. Like Ezekiel from Total Drama? Yeah, he's Mexican. Guerrero. Guerrero. Sorry, because my subtitles isn't working. Reggie, I'm not sure, but this was uploaded 3 days ago. And I'm 18 and I'm more mature than this, but tell me about it, sorry. Tell me about it. Honestly, like, I don't care if he drives or he has tattoos or whatever crap. You know, it's fucked up. Oh, speaking of teenagers, Shelby Grand, I know it's getting late. Then we'll play like a couple of songs. I may do a video about this. This happened in our city, right? Or in Phoenix. Oh wait, that's the YouTuber that posted this. Good. He's 19, by the way. I'm disgusted. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, like I don't care if it's assault. At this point, yeah, they shouldn't be drawing him down. He kind of deserve it. Yes, I know you should be touching someone, but hey, if you're doing this, I think you kind of deserve it. My opinion.
Things can't get any worse. Look at this. Look at this. This is 19-year-old Ryder Coral. Yeah, that was deserved. Who would do that? And this video doesn't have any audio, just so you know.
Hold on, rewind it.
Just when you think things can't get any worse, look at this. Look at this. This is 19-year-old Ryder Coral. Yeah, that was deserved.
The man just threw him down. I don't fucking care. Yes, it is assault, but I don't fucking care. He deserved that.
Just when you think the
disrespecting, the mocking couldn't get any worse.
Yep, it did, Ember.
Just outrageous.
You got arrested. Well deserved.
Yeah. And I was speechless watching this. This is what these people advocate for. They advocate for this.
By the way, we do wear Arizona jeans here. That's how we dress out here. What a damn pinbrain dork.
And he looks pretty happy about it with a smile on his face.
Yeah, keep smiling. Yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised you shoot someone, you fucking asshole.
People look evil. They all look like demons are lurking in them. Someone in the comments said he's actually wearing the same shirt as the assassinator of Charlie Kirk.
What?
That'd be a wake-up call.
It is. So let me explain, right? He wanted to tarnish down his grave. Okay, the memorial. You know, people that died. He thought, you know what? I'm gonna basically just stomp on it. No, don't be surprised if he get assaulted. Honestly, he deserves it. People say, you know what? Yeah, that man shouldn't push him down. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't. If that was the case, all fights that people have, they would be jailed for assault. If you had to fight for self-defense, I don't fucking care. Honestly, yeah, people can say, oh, I don't fucking care. You don't do that to someone's. If someone did that to my dog, I'll be happy if I see someone beating that. No, it's not assault. Not to me. People need to stop drawing assault around. If that was the case, why do we have guns in our country? We're allowed to shoot someone and kill for safety. Does that make us murderers? No. Look what Casey did. I basically straightened her. Is that assault? No. I'm gonna do this. I'm probably. Oh man, I got some videos I gotta upload tonight after you're asleep. You don't do that to someone. I don't even know this man. Like Dumbbell, if you're still here. It's kind of like how I basically would. I'm sorry, we're supposed to play a song. I'm sorry. Like when someone dies, right? When I go for walks, I would see. I have videos as proof, by the way. I would respect their little grave because that's the appropriate thing to do. I don't just why though? Why? Why do people do that? Why? I'm not even religious. I'm good. I'm good. You're here, Dumbo. Still, it's a long video. I just had to share that part because I found this on Reddit. It's fucking ridiculous. Tramping on someone's memorial on purpose should be punishable by a broken nose. Yeah, I agree. For people to say it's assault, fuck off. You don't do this. In fact, I did that man's a hero for pushing him down the ground. It's not like he killed him. He deserved it. I don't know in other countries, especially Latin America. Oh yeah, Brazil, you'll get your ass kicked. I support that. It's not assault. I'm tired of people saying it's no. You're protecting him. You're basically protecting a future serial shooter. No, he needs professional help. That's clearly one thing, and he needs anger management classes. I do not want to see anyone. I lost a lot of loved ones myself. I'm disgusted what he did. I'm sorry, this got me heated. I just wanted to tell Shelby and Grant about this. So yeah, that basically happened out here in Phoenix. I think it was like yesterday. And yeah, the same shirt as the shooter, Mia. Yeah, it sucks you can't type it in. Dumbo, exactly. Tell me about it, Connor. I just lurk on there, if that makes sense. And yeah, I had to share this stuff. I know it's getting late. I'm so sorry. And Grant, especially since you're a veteran, I thought you know about this because I know a lot of people in Phoenix are going to be talking about this. I'm one of them. You don't do that. There's so many adorable balloons and American flags. And so if it's on American flags, this is not a protest. This is a memorial service. You don't do that. Like what the? It upsets me so much. God damn it. And Grant, hope you sleep well. Salute. You want to run? I'll play music tomorrow. I'm sorry, Paul. I know he. I'll keep that in mind if he's still here. The Metallica band, right? I'll keep that tomorrow. You know what? I'm proud of that man beating it out. I'm glad he didn't get arrested. You don't do that out here. You don't. Ooh. Okay, there's one more good video though. For the ones that still wait, right, Connor? Yeah, I'm so sorry about because I know it's getting late and well, I'm just worried at the same time because I don't want to get too loud, especially because my mother's boyfriend. They may be asleep because they had a long trip. I'll keep that tomorrow though. I'm trying to like because when I play music, I get carried away. Yeah, Paul, what do you want to ask me? And I want to share this as we're talking about crimes or whatever. This guy named Law by Mike, he uploaded This is YouTubers that did crimes that they escaped from.
What if I told you something?
I'm gonna love this. Oh, Paul, thank you so much for asking. They're doing okay. I was a little bit worried for Ebony because she sniffed on the cookie crumbs. I thought she's gonna die, but of course I overreact. She's fine. And also Autumn, she's healthy. Thank you, or Tanama Cassette for asking me. All right, sorry. All right, I'll go for it. And I hope you sleep well, Lucas.
But the law saved them. From a YouTuber that broke into a house to another that got 60 people arrested. I'm breaking down how they escaped the legal consequences of their craziest moments, starting with Mr. Beast.
Oh.
Tanks are literally about to rain missiles upon this $500,000. So owning a tank that can actually fire like this is typically considered possession of a destructive device. In the United States, that can be a serious crime that carries a sentence of up to 10 years in federal.
Ooh, so Mr. BC. Thank you, Mike, for sharing this. And people worship him like a deity. No, you. Why does he even have tanks? First off, second of all, the mugshot. Remember, and Durley. Why do people like him? You know. Oh, Reggie. Oh, thank you for the carrot emoji. Hope you sleep well. And Blue, hello. I know you're only here for a little bit. Dumbo, this was uploaded 2 hours ago. People who seriously support someone who is a killer should also go to prison. I agree. This is an awesome video. Basically, these are YouTubers who are well known, right? That did crimes that they would get escaped from. I'm gonna continue. Hold on.
Prison. And any money that doesn't get destroyed.
Sorry, it's in Indonesian subtitles. Oh, Shelby, I hope you sleep well, and I do hope for the best of your court case. I hope that you get treated well by the judge. Right, Brillo?
And if that currency they're about to destroy is real, that's another issue. As under Title 18, Section 333 of the U.S. Code, it's illegal to mutilate, deface, or destroy American money.
I'm glad that's a law. I'm glad that's a law. Who would destroy American money? Oh, he's awesome for this. Again, he's a lawyer, right? I think he is.
So right now, things don't look good for Jimmy.
After this, we'll see if you have any money left.
Oh, those tanks are actually firing real missiles. So why isn't Mr. Beast in prison? Good question. I pulled the paperwork, and tanks like these actually arrive demilitarized, with key parts of the cannon like the breech ring cut so they can't fire. Mr. Beast worked with DriveTanks.com, and they applied for approval from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to legally restore the cannon. Once approved, the gun is registered as what's called a destructive device, and they even manufacture their own shells under federal oversight. So everything you're seeing here is fully regulated and done by the book, and the money he's using is likely prop money. This was the time Logan Paul got sued for opening the door of an aircraft. So let's see what happens.
What?
Okay, she's
aircraft.
Pressurizing? That's not good.
I know it's a part of a plane, but what? Appa?
The cabin door just exploded. The whole door just blew clean off the plane. Look at the door.
And Lauren, I hope you sleep well, hon.
I found the lawsuit documents from the jet company, and they claimed that Logan opened the door. But if you watch the clip again, you'll notice a flight attendant actually asked Logan to open the door.
Oh.
For him, because that means he can argue that his actions were reasonable. The lead passenger on the flight was Logan Paul. Prior to the commencement of the flight, Mr. Paul forcibly opened the door. Oh man, forcibly opened the door. He was instructed by the flight crew not to touch or manipulate the
I'm not sure, Blue. I think because he's using his mother's phone, that's why he hasn't been around lately.
Blocked by the flight attendant. That's a lie. And she's right, because we have the footage.
You guys gotta open that.
Oh, look at this. She says you gotta open that, and even explains how to do it.
Open which way?
Pull it.
When?
So Logan wasn't acting
And
wrong.
Daniel, I hope you sleep
He was
well.
doing
Buenos
exactly what the
dias.
code told him to do.
And
think
I hope for
about
the best
it.
of
His
your
family
your
was stuck inside the jet. The
sketch.
flight attendant gave the order. He followed it. That makes his actions reasonable. To sue, they would have to prove that he was acting unreasonably, which is why once Logan released this footage, the charter company had no case. They dropped the claim. Now this next story comes straight from a police report. Since there's no footage, we're going to recreate the crime scene with animations so you can see exactly what happened. A YouTuber named Jesse
I hope you sleep well, Michael.
once woke up in a home that looked different than usual. The problem? He wasn't in his own home. While drunk, he walked into the wrong house, turned on the faucet, then passed out and flooded the place. The scary part is, what Jesse did is actually criminal. In some places, trespassing is usually treated as a general intent crime. That means you don't have to intend to commit the crime. Just the act itself is enough, and being drunk isn't a defense. So even though he was blackout drunk, the law could still treat him as guilty. The only thing that might help, a genuine mistake of fact. If someone truly believes they're in their own home, that can weigh heavily in a prosecutor's decision. That's where Jesse got lucky. Once the truth came out, the homeowner agreed not to sue as long as Jesse paid for the damage, which was a staggering $41,000.
I should have sued Casey. But yet again, she doesn't have any money. So, yeah, Dion, no, she did. Fuck. I should have sued her. My mother, though, is something else sometimes. I love my mother, though. It's all right. It's just for the... No, she did a lot for me. If she was like someone else, oh, I would sue her until she's like almost homeless. This is an awesome channel. So, this is Law by Mike. He does a lot of these crime videos, really educational. I know Greg, Greg, you should definitely show your students this because they will like his channel. It's really educational. And I do like his editing though. It's like nothing crazy though, because it's educational compared to other people that are just a little over the top. So I've commented a few of his before. Amelia, I hope you sleep well. I hope you have a good day at work. And I'm still gonna be uploading the Nintendo video and then the Casey one if I can get into that. I think I saw that on Instagram. Or not Instagram, TikTok.
Accordingly, the prosecutors didn't file charges because Jesse's mistake made it hard to prove he had mens rea, which is the guilty mind the law requires.
The guilty mind.
This one is different because it's a clip from a streamer, not a YouTuber. Tonight, charges filed.
Oh yeah, the PS thing? I remember about that Kai Cenat.
65 arrests and multiple injuries. Looks like there's thousands of people packed into the park. There's a fight.
And Brian, I hope you sleep well and I hope you have a good job at your duty.
See how many crimes we can actually spot. To keep track, I'm using the note pro from today's park fly. That's vandalism. Over there, assault. Public disorder. Resisting arrest. And criminal mischief. That's at least 5 crimes in less than 30 seconds. But here's the thing. None of this was caused by the streamer himself.
It's by the people.
According to the police report, Kai tried to host a fan event where he promoted free PlayStations and gift cards. Like a personal secretary, Claude NotePro will now record everything I say and turn it into transcripts with highlights, which is perfect for sorting through this Kai Cenat madness. Claude NotePro isn't just a note taker. While it records, I can snap photos in-app that are highlighted as labeled evidence, so I can focus on analyzing the riots. Yeah, there he is. He's just announcing on his live stream that he's going to do this event. And then it just turned into total chaos.
You get a PS5, just like that.
Police charge influencer Kai Cenat with inciting a riot and unlawful assembly.
Wow, so under New York law, inciting a riot means urging 10 or more people to engage in violent behavior. That's a Class A misdemeanor with up to 1 year in jail and $1,000 fine.
I am beyond, bro. Disappointed. Beyond disappointed in anybody who became disrupted that day, bro. 100%, bro. That was not cool.
What's interesting, though, is I didn't hear Kai use any words like fight or riot. Let's have Claude look through the transcript. Yeah,
this is really interesting. I hope you sleep well, Amber. And he's just like a popular streamer here in the US. Paul, I don't watch him. I don't really care for him. And yeah, vandalism and assault. I was about to say that too, Mason. Your comment didn't got blocked. It went through.
I didn't pick up any of those words. So that means Kai didn't urge any violence. I even found this clip of Kai telling people to calm down.
I do give him props for that.
Captures everything: audio, text, images, and highlights. Instead of rewatching hours of chaotic clips, I jumped straight to
Good night, sorry. Oh, you going better early.
So finding Kai's actual words only took seconds. In the end, prosecutors cut a deal with him through deferred prosecution. That meant that charges would be dismissed if he issued a public apology, acknowledged the damage, and paid $55,000 in restitution for cleanup costs. I worked the case hands-free and let the notes write themselves. You can too. The Plot Note Pro here's up to 16 feet and auto-builds transcripts and summaries. Whether you're a lawyer like me or a professional buried in meetings, this is a must-have. Use my code Mike10 now for 10% off select.
I need to buy that for dumbbell.
Next up is a YouTuber who could have faced serious consequences for a crime, but somehow walked away without punishment.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Greg. You had a nightmare? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You didn't miss too much. I was just watching some crime-related videos. I hope he's doing okay, though.
Player right now. He's trying to put on a disguise.
Oh, impersonation?
Oh, he's putting contacts. Wow, he's going all out.
Trespassing?
Just trying to dress up like a player is not illegal, so that's not the problem right now. Oh, but now there's a problem. What Eric did crosses the line into criminal trespass. For a first-time offense, the law allows for fines, probation, even up to 6 months in jail.
I hope you sleep well, Paul. Salamat malam.
Their entire reputation and the safety of players is on the line. If anyone is caught slipping past checkpoints, it's treated as a serious breach, which means the venue had every reason and every legal right to press charges. And in cases like this, it often starts the same way: a phone call to the police. Officers arrive, the trespasser is detained, and within hours you're fingerprinted, booked, and facing a criminal record that follows you for life. Notice at the bottom of the video, Eric includes the line, "My lawyer told me I have to say I bought a ticket for this game." Yeah, that's not how it works. If you didn't buy a ticket at all, then it would definitely be trespassing.
Of course!
Just being in the stadium at all.
Right.
Even if you get a ticket, you're still not allowed to go to these restricted areas, and that's still trespassing. But instead of that knock at the door, he got this: a simple notice banning him from the stadium.
Nice.
The only thing that actually saved him wasn't luck. It wasn't the ticket. It was the stadium's decision not to escalate. Because if they had picked up the phone, this prank wouldn't be a funny video on YouTube. It would be a booking photo, a mugshot, and a permanent criminal record. But the same can't be said for this next YouTube.
So he's banned, right? Like, yeah. At least he didn't go to jail, but you know what? He's an idiot, and he got banned from going there. I think like a year ban or something. Kind of like those pranksters that I've been telling all of you about. When they basically would keep harassing those people, they would get a year trespass. And then they say, if you come back again, you will go to jail. That's why you don't see them getting arrested. That's why I don't like these pranksters. Because you know what? If you care to keep this up, you will get arrested eventually. You know? Yes, Connor, of course. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm honored. And I'll keep that in mind for not doing any editing or very little editing on my videos. I'm just glad that most of you prefer that. Or all of you. And tell me about that, Connor. I just feel honored that you're here today. Mason, pretty much. Yeah. He didn't pay for a ticket. He thinks he could get slick.
Against him wasn't about getting justice. It was about taking him down.
Oh, PewDiePie? PewDiePie.
Rice Gum with its Every Night Sis, Logan Paul with The Fall of Jake Paul.
My pleasure.
But out of all of them, one track stood above the rest. The one that had the entire internet talking. PewDiePie's diss tracks on T-Series.
Bob's Ovaganda, whichever will it be, set the down, easy reason.
On the surface, it just sounds like classic YouTube trash talk. Just PewDiePie clowning on his biggest rival. But listen closer.
What's a puzzler? What is that even supposed to mean? Your language sounds like it comes from a bumper community.
And in another video, he does this.
Indian mafia, please don't kill me, that's a joke. India, I'm sorry about the means, you're the best. I love my Indian bros. From major Bangladesh, I'll take on all the world for you.
Oh, Dumbo, it's oh, it's okay. It's hard to spell PewDiePie.
Yeah, millions of fans thought this was all a joke. But in India, these lines didn't land as satire. They landed as offensive, abusive, even racist.
In India. Now, but PewDiePie, he's not a bad person. He's not my preference. He's like the least criminal here. So what he's saying, the song that he did is considered illegal in India. I did not knew that.
T-Series didn't just fire back online. They went to court. They argued the lyrics weren't harmless jokes. They were vulgar, defamatory, and harmful to India's image. And they demanded the Delhi High Court block the videos immediately. Now imagine this from PewDiePie's side. These weren't just any uploads. Together, the diss tracks had over 300 million views. They were at the heart of his battle for YouTube's #1 spot. And suddenly, they were under threat of being deleted. Not just in India, but potentially worldwide, if YouTube chose to follow the court's ruling. And the risk wasn't just losing views. Under India's penal code, speech that stirs hostility between groups, whether race, religion, or nationality, can trigger criminal penalties. Which meant if the case went the wrong way, PewDiePie wasn't just facing takedown. He could have been facing fines, court orders, even a criminal record in India.
Ooh.
Sided with T-Series. Both diss tracks were banned in India. But here's the twist. In America, they stayed up. Because under the First Amendment, parody, satire, and even offensive speech are strongly protected, especially when aimed at corporations. Which means PewDiePie wasn't saved by luck, or even by YouTube. He was saved
by American law.
Protected his rights.
Yes.
The biggest music company in India.
Right.
That's the only reason his diss tracks are still online today.
So let's just say, if I say something mean about Paul's country, that Indonesians are pretty dumb, right? Or they like to basically kiss snakes. You know, something that, especially because they're Muslim, I would be facing, like, if I had a lot of popularity myself, I would be facing fines in their country. This is why I do my best to be open of all cultures here. Because you never know. I know, isn't that neat? Isn't that interesting, Mason? It's the same way like in Japan. If I go to your country, I could be charged, like, just a fine or something, right? Like if I would film people without their consent, because I know Japan, well, it depends, right? They're strict with that. I mean, it depends, I think. I don't know how Actual Speed does. I don't really care for him anyway. I can get deported. Something like that. And yeah, you never heard him, Mia? Yeah, he's really popular, the most popular YouTuber back when I was your age. He basically would do like Let's Plays and diss tracks like that one that got him popular, and other stuff that I don't really care about. And he lives in Japan now. He has a baby boy and a lovely wife. So he's retiring. Well, he kind of did retire from YouTube. That actually makes sense. And Dumbo, what Christian is it? Yeah. Greg, I don't blame you, A. I don't. Some laws are a little bit messed up. Or oversensitive. Absolutely. You know, this is a good video so far. I do want to play this before you go to sleep, of course, but is this how it is?
This next creator found themselves in a legal battle over statements they made live streaming.
Oh, I got an ad. That's Pokimane. I've heard of her. I think the bathwater thing. See, like for me personally, I don't like in Indonesia, that state that I told Paul and Joe, pardon me, about, that they whip gay people for having sex consensually. I think that's barbaric. Like that wouldn't be acceptable here.
This is what's called a hate raid, and it got one of the biggest YouTubers permanently banned on Twitch, a famous live streaming platform. Gideon told his viewers to check out Pokimane, but instead of following, they swarmed her chat, spamming her with insults until Twitch permanently banned him. But Gideon isn't the focus of this story, because Gideon then turned to Ninja, one of the biggest names in streaming, for help.
Help me, Step Ninja. Guys, I promise you guys, there's literally nothing I can do.
I could send a text message.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving an example, Dumbo. That's all.
This is where things got messy. When Pokimane told her viewers that Ninja said this, he fired back, denying he ever texted anyone and accusing her of lying. Then his wife sent Pokimane a direct message threatening a lawsuit. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Gideon's ban. It was streamer versus streamer, with the threat of defamation hanging over Pokimane's head. And the stakes? Huge. A defamation lawsuit could have cost Pokimane millions in damages and crushed her reputation if Ninja pursued it. So did Pokimane actually defame Ninja, or was she just repeating his own words?
She's not that important, Mason. I don't really care about her.
Well, in the U.S., for something to be defamation, it has to be a false statement. As shown in this clip,
he then says, "The most I can do is text my Twitch representative about this," and then he proceeds to do just that.
Pokimane didn't twist Ninja's words. She didn't speculate. She quoted exactly what he said on stream in front of thousands of viewers. Even if he never actually sent the text, her statement was grounded in his own words and was therefore based in truth. Because of this, Ninja and his wife were forced to drop the case. And as for Gideon, he and Pokimane made up. And since then, he hasn't been involved in any streamer controversies. But while Pokimane and Gideon's drama ended peacefully, not every YouTuber's beef wraps up so neatly. In fact, the next case pushed YouTube into uncharted territory and changed the rules for every creator on the
Oh,
platform.
those two? H3H3?
Catch me, and I'll let you do whatever you want to me.
Oh my god. Matt Haas claimed Ethan and Hilla stole his content by using over 70% of his video, and in his words, contributing nothing substantive. He demanded they take it down. When they refused, he sued. Yes,
You can do that.
And here's why that was terrifying. If H3H3 lost, the court wouldn't just shut down their video. It would create precedent, which is basically a new rule that would crush commentary, reviews, even reaction videos across YouTube. The internet knew how big this was, and that's why fans donated over $130,000 to H3H3's legal defense fund, called PUPA, short for the Fair Use Protection Account. The whole case came down to one question. Was this fair use, or was it copyright infringement?
Copyright infringement. Well,
H3H3 just reposted his clip without adding anything new, so he said it wasn't transformative. But H3H3 pushed back, saying their video clearly added commentary, criticism, and humor. Then Matt countered, claiming jokes don't excuse stealing footage. So H3H3 doubled down by pointing out that fair use exists to protect exactly this type of content, commentary,
oh yes,
and criticism. For months,
Eric,
the
hello.
community waited, wondering if the judge would side with H3H3.
We just basically talk about crime stuff.
Crush fair use altogether. In the end, H3H3 landed the knockout. The court ruled
Mia, it's a little hard to explain, to be honest.
which meant their commentary was protected.
And
And
doubles.
in fact, they didn't just save themselves. They set a precedent that helped protect every creator who relies on fair use. Next up is a YouTuber who was at the
Eric says hi. Oh, cute.
faced federal charges for it.
And vandalism at
Ew, that's Jake Paul.
Going on in the background there, and this mall looks completely destroyed, and Jake Paul's just in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, I don't like what Jake Paul did. That was in my state, by the way.
It doesn't look like he's participating in anything or even encouraging.
Yeah, he's
just
not.
documenting. And
He's
that
not doing anything
alone could
illegal.
land you in real legal trouble. I've got the paperwork right here. Scottsdale police charged him with criminal trespass and unlawful assembly. They're
Right.
both misdemeanors, but they still carry the potential for jail time.
Right.
And once those charges were filed, things didn't calm down. They escalated because then federal prosecutors stepped in. The FBI raided Jake's mansion, seized multiple guns, and started digging for anything that could connect him to looting or vandalism. Overnight, this wasn't just a bad look. It was a federal investigation. But here's where the law matters. For these crimes, it's not enough to prove someone was nearby or caught on video in the middle of it all. Prosecutors have to show beyond a reasonable doubt that they were
Tell me about it, Mason.
participating in the crime.
Oh.
After months of digging, they couldn't. The FBI found no compelling evidence.
Especially what he did at the suicide forest. Oh my, for his brother. I'm glad he's never ever able to visit back to your country. Yep, right? Yeah, that's what I just said, Mason. What a coincidence. Yeah, man, I did not like that. Especially how, oh my god. You know, oh, Dumbo, you do not want to know that much. They're not important. They're not important. You don't need to worry. Honestly.
Vandalizing that night, which is why the federal probe was dropped. The local charges were never refiled, and Jake Paul, despite being caught in the middle of it all, walked away away untouched. Not because of who he is, but because
I just remember what he did at the shrine. Or drawing the Pokeballs at random drivers. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's wrong with him.
requires proof of action for these crimes, not just presence. But while Jake almost faced jail time, this next YouTuber was crossing paths with one of the most dangerous men in the world, Ray Williams.
No, I like him though.
He was one of YouTube's first mega.
I like Ray William Johnson.
Staring at an email that could ruin everything. Ray had just been threatened with an international lawsuit. The message demanded that he delete his videos, issue a public apology, and stay silent or face legal action overseas.
Tell me about it, Mason.
Any lawyer. The demand came from a firm in the Philippines representing a man who called himself the Son of God, Apollo Kibuloy. Kibuloy built a fortune from his followers by pretending to be the Son of God, flaunting private jets, fancy houses, and even political influence. But behind the image were serious criminal allegations that were not only being investigated by governments around the world, but led to Kibuloy being put in prison. Instead of keeping quiet, Ray did what he did best. He made a video. He laid it all out. The lavish lifestyle, the criminal history, the indictments. At first, it looked like just another takedown. But then came the letter. This time, a formal notice accusing him of defamation. Suddenly, this wasn't just a YouTube drama. It was a legal battle that could destroy his career. So last year, I told the story of this cult leader from the Philippines, Apollo.
He's like a commentary tuber, so to speak, for you both.
He's sitting in jail. He sends his lawyers after him. But Ray didn't back down. He doubled down. He left the video up, refused to apologize, and went as far as to call Kibuloy a con artist in a second video. You're not even a free man. You, in fact, are a con artist, a cult leader who apparently can't even get laid without coercing kids into it. It was bold and legally very dangerous. Here's the thing.
I see.
If Kibuloy had been just a normal citizen, Ray could have been in serious trouble. But Kibuloy wasn't. He was a public figure, and that changes everything. In the US, public figures can't just sue for defamation. There's something called actual malice. That means showing Ray knew his statements were false and published them anyway to cause harm. That's an almost impossible standard to meet. And since Ray's video pulled everything from official sources like government reports, FBI releases, and federal indictments, no U.S. court would ever treat Kibuloy's case as credible. What started as a terrifying threat ended up collapsing under the weight of the law. But as crazy as Ray's situation was,
I didn't knew that.
to the next scandal.
It's my pleasure, Greg. I know you gotta go to bed in a couple of minutes. This is the last one. Oh, the honey thing?
Controversies YouTube has ever seen. God, you already know what honey is, probably.
Honey, yeah.
It's honey. Honey. You've probably seen this, right? Honey, the extension that was supposed to save you money. It was backed by YouTubers like Mr. Beast, PewDiePie.
I hope you sleep well, Greg.
Millions of people downloaded.
I'm glad that your son said hello.
Told us to. But according to one investigation, that trust may have been completely misplaced. Okay, look at this. You add something to your cart. Normally, the creator who linked you here gets a small commission. But then, Honey swoops in, changes the tracking link, and suddenly Honey gets the credit. That's not just shady, that's hijacking. Megalag accused Honey of running what's called cookie stuffing, secretly inserting its own code into transactions, taking credit for sales it didn't generate, and blocking legitimate coupon codes.
How do you do that? That's a lot of work.
It's not just stealing from creators. It's misleading millions of customers at the exact same time. And remember, it wasn't just small channels pushing this. Some of the biggest names in the world, Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, Shane Dawson, countless gaming channels, all ran Honey ads. Not because they knew what was happening, but because they trusted the product. The backlash was instant. Then came the lawsuits. First, a federal class action led by YouTuber Legal Eagle, backed by other creators. Days later, Gamers Nexus filed another, accusing Honey of violating state consumer protection laws. And here's why this is massive. Under U.S. law, a company can't secretly manipulate checkout systems, hijack commissions, and mislead users for profit. That'd be unfair business practices. If proven, the penalties can stretch into the tens of millions. Which means this isn't just a story about angry YouTubers. It's about millions of everyday people, maybe even you, who downloaded Honey thinking it would save money, when in reality, it may have been taking more than it ever gave back. So PewDiePie's battle showed how the law can protect creators. This story shows the flip side, how the law has to protect creators and consumers from companies that cross the line. Honey was supposed to make life easier. Instead, it might go down as one of the biggest online scams.
And Dumbo, of course. Let me guess. The poll thing? Good video, though. But yeah, those are the crimes that those YouTubers did that they got off. I'm just surprised that Eagles 3 was in here. I totally forgot about that. It's a good channel. It's a lot about, like what happens if someone breaks the law or how to protect yourself. It's really interesting. I think I saw the worst versus best country to get arrested in. That was a good one. I think I saw that. Yeah, I did. It's a good channel. You nervous about working tomorrow, Mia? Are you? What's happening tomorrow? Because I thought you normally are used to working. Yeah, honey's is. I don't know what the hell honey is. I know he explained it. It's just. Actually, I forgot what honey is. I just only care for that stuff. It's like if you have Bitcoin, but you just transfer money over to someone else's account. But these people are doing it's just that your job sucks me. I understand. Illegally. Wait, how did tell you have a stalker? Oh, this is good. Your coworkers and boss are mean. I don't blame you, Mia. I know Dumbo had to go do that too.
First, make sure you're not just paranoid. If they're constantly, they might just like you. If they're also giving you gifts, they might just be really into you.
Yanton.
This is another homemade mixtape. But if you also catch them following you, then you're not just special. You're probably a target. But to protect yourself, also need to know what kind of stalker you're dealing with. First, there's a public figure stalker, someone you don't even know. Then there's a private stranger stalker.
Ian Russell, that's number one.
Next are acquaintance stalkers, someone you know from work or school. Finally,
I hope you sleep well, Mia.
The intimate stalker, someone you've been involved with romantically. Stop calling me. It was just one date. But I love you. Regardless of which stalker you're dealing with, here's how to keep yourself safe. First, block them and cut off all communications. Next, document everything. Take screenshots.
I do.
Timeline of events.
I do.
And finally, wait, what was that? Here's Gwen. Call the police! Call the police! Here's how to know.
Good video. So accurate. An intimate stalker can seriously hurt a person emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically, leaving them feeling unsafe and deeply shaken. Yeah. Here's Gwen. That's hilarious. Right, Jumbo? You and me both. See, it's such a good channel, though. It's just something to found this sooner. His Duck D films are good. This is different. Yeah, this is more like American. Well, this should be in other countries, though. Oh, Sam, tell me, Mason. So I don't know why I hesitate. How's she doing? Please tell me she's doing well. Things you think are illegal but aren't?
These are 3 things you think are illegal that are actually totally legal. First up, owning uranium. Hand it over. It's illegal. As long as the uranium is below 0.5% by weight, you don't try to process it, then you don't need a license to own it. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Hey fellas, quick question. Any idea how to get to the highway from here?
Now that has to be illegal. Generally, driving naked isn't illegal as long as you're not in direct public view. Since she's in a tall truck and nothing is visible, she's technically not in public
Yep.
view. But
you can't do it. Later, boys.
With the finger? She surely can't do that. Unfortunately for you, giving the finger is protected by the First Amendment, so you can't arrest her for it. But I'll buy you some donuts and it'll make you feel better. Fine. These are 3 things.
Interesting. Fascinating. So she's still in a hospital. That's good. I'm glad she's recovering. I hope she's doing this. This is awful. What happened to her? Devastating. Really. Dating's illegal in one country, but not. Ooh.
If you ever get arrested in another country, do this. In Spain, the police sometimes ask tourists to sign documents in Spanish, even if they can't read it. Do you have an English version? Don't worry, mi amigo. It's just a formality. In most countries, the police must provide you with documents in your own language. If they don't, ask for a translator and a lawyer. And throw in a little cafe con leche while you're at it. Make that too. Next, if you get arrested in France and you're suspected of a crime, the police can hold you for up to 24 hours under what's called garde à vue. But what if I'm stuck here longer than 24 hours? If you get held longer than 24 hours and aren't told anything, then you should demand a lawyer. Hello, I need a lawyer and a croissant on the side. Pronto. If you get arrested in Brazil, you typically get a translator if you don't speak Portuguese. However, if no translator is available, they sometimes rely on a translation app instead. I am not guilty. Okay, I will now translate the phrase "I am a guilty."
I got so Amelia that.
That's not what I said. No, I'm an innocent donkey. I swear.
The Brazilian one, hilarious. Yeah, thank you so much, Mason. I wish I was showing these videos here because they're awesome now. But I hope you sleep well, Mason. I won't keep you. Let's see. Where's that video I want to see?
Three things that are illegal in some countries but totally legal in others. In over 20 countries, including Antigua, Barbados, and Jamaica, it's illegal for civilians to wear camouflage.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
These countries don't want civilians wearing anything that resembles military attire. If you're caught, you could be fined, arrested, or lose your clothes altogether. How are you going to catch me when you can't see me? Next up, in the UAE, it's illegal to swear online. I love Bob I Like. Everyone should subscribe to this guy. If you're caught swearing online, you can be fined, deported, or even sent to prison. In Canada, bringing a giant jar of coins to pay your bill is considered illegal.
Wow. Huh, here in the US, we don't have that problem. So, Dumbo, it's just me and you both. And yes, while I use the bathroom, Dumbo, go ahead. I got to do number 2. Also, I just noticed my mother's boyfriend likes to have the AC on high. Oh, so I put the dumbbell. I saw this cute. I want to capture it, but I think it's too small. It's like a microscopic. Hold on. It's like the tiniest spider I've ever have seen. Hold on. I want to see if I can capture it. Okay, sorry about the dumbbell. I caught it. Yes, I love that emoji. You can't see it, but it's like okay. You see this like little black speck? Well, at least you got a front row seat though. While the others are asleep, you can't see it. Kind of like when my, damn, I think it should be here. Okay, right in the, you can't see it. Oh, it moved. It's like a black speck. I know it sucks. The quality is so bad. Where? Right here. Right here. Right there. It's curved like a ball, and it's so small. And that's weird. It okay, when it's scared it curls. You see it crawling? Oh. Sorry, Dumbo. I know it's getting late. Hope you see it now. There it is. Oh, it's so cute. See it like when I touch it, right? It kind of curls up like a ball. It's so weird. I don't know what type of spider. It's so cute. What the hell? Damn it! That's what I get for watching Spider-Man. You see it? It's so cute, isn't it? Oh my goodness! I thought that could help your mood. I know I'm gonna die because I feel bad trapping it. And Dumbo, there won't be a community post tonight, nor a poll, and then I will live stream. I put like a 2:30. I'll start it maybe, or between 2:30 to 3, and I think that's about it. I don't know what type of spider that is. It's not a daddy long leg. I mean, or definitely not daddy long legs. Not a jumping spider either. So cute though. Oh, it's just moving. It's so cute. I feel bad because I want to be seen as a killer. Oh, it's so cute. It's so small. This is the smallest spider I've ever seen, though. You usually don't get this size. The tip of your index finger or pointy finger, wherever that is, it's moving. I'm sorry, I know I should have cleaned up the container. Oh, it doesn't like the dried milk. Anyway, so Dumbo, the poll will be between 1 to 2. Unless I'm so stressed out and exhausted, I may do it like a little after 2. But of course, it will be before 3. Oh, so precious. Oh, so precious. So precious. So precious. You need a curly. I gotta look up how long spiders can last without oxygen. It sucks I can't poke a hole out of this so it could breathe. Unless I could do it in the deal, you could do it in the center. But these are my mother's containers. She'll probably be upset over a spider. Kind of want to, though, to be honest. I won't say anything. All right, Dion, good. I poked a hole, a small one. I'm not sure if that will give oxygen. Yeah, it's like like those little nose, where the hell they're called. There we go. All right. If I could breathe. No. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, good. It's upside down. I know that's their trait. It's so cute. Darn it. I know spiders do that when they get scared. They. Hello. Yes, I think I can hear my voice. Hello. Spider. Spider. I watch Spider-Man too much. I'm sorry, Dumbo. You know, where was I? Yeah, I understand, Dumbo. But the thing is, I did give it oxygen. Plus, the thing is, it won't even survive in my house because what if? Well, I think my dogs won't step on it. Plus, I can't open the door and I can't release it outside. I can't release it anywhere. I'm not gonna flush it down or anything. So I got no other option, really. But I understand, though. Yeah. I mean, I did give it oxygen. You know, because I poked a hole out of this, right? Also, it seems fine. It got plenty of room. I just wish I know what it would eat. I know it's so small and all. It's so cute, darn it. Because it probably won't make any sense. I mean, you have a point. I just like, even if I release it, it probably would just die in my house anyway, without me knowing about it. He's so cute though. Darn it. I'm sorry, Dumbo. I'm getting too carried away. Okay, I need to stop watching Spider-Man. I need to stop. Anyway, damn it, Stanley. Yeah, you got everything right. So, oh, that'd be good for Greg. History teacher reacts to Family Guy. Oh, he would love that. There's Randy. I do want to play some music tomorrow on the stream, though, just to make it up for it. So I'm going to see how well the spider does overnight, because at least it has some oxygen. Yep, I can feel the little air hole, so at least it won't suffocate. Why am I doing that? Sorry, autistic habit. Anyway, to make sure I get everything, no poll tonight, no community update tomorrow. Dumble? Yeah, that's about correct. Yeah, that's about correct. The Dumbo sleep well. I didn't I had to watch my, don't worry, I had to pick up this little one. But it's only this left hand, that's all. Alright, little Spidey, little Spidey. Wait, hold on. Good, you're still moving. You're not leaving though. I keep you. I'm sorry for chopping you. I gave you air. That helps. Because you deserve air. He's so cute. Darn. Oh, so the honesty is this spider, the daddy long legs, and the jumping spider. 3 different spiders that I've met. Looks like I need to talk about spider Pokemon for once. Anyway, I'm sorry, Dumbbell. I hope you sleep well. Crap. All right. Screenshotted. So you see the speck. I like how you said that word speck. Poopy's poopy pooty pie. I love that. So I already screenshotted. Reggie went to bed at 8:31. Daniel 8:35. Lauren 8:33. And then Shelby's 8:32. No, 8:34 though. So everyone goes to bed between 8:34 to 8:44. Okay. And Dumbo, yep, you got everything right. I know your OCD is kicking in. So you don't need to worry. So yeah, it'd be 1 to 2 for the poll as usual, hopefully. And then I'll give an update on. I'll call him Blackie, Blackie the spider. Blackie, so cute.